Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What a beautiful night for football. Welcome to Richmond High School's Ben Bolt Stadium for tonight's game between your own Richmond Blue Devils and the Vikings from Marysville High School. As Richmond High School's marching band gets set up to play the national anthem, would you all please rise? Gentlemen, please remove your caps or hats as the band will play the national anthem under the direction of Mrs. Molly Shack.
It's the home opener, the regular season opener as well. This season, there should be a great crowd here tonight, home side and visitor side, as it is the Blue Water Area Conference Blue Devil team versus the Macomb Area Conference, the Vikings. Bragging rights is on the line to see which conference is tougher. Is it the BWAC or is it the MAC? Richmond TV presents your Richmond Blue Devils versus the visiting Vikings of Marysville. Hello again, everybody. These two teams are coming together for the 42nd time since 1950 here at Ben Bolt Stadium. When these two teams come together, you can expect the slugfest. These two teams have owned their respective conferences for the past couple of decades. A great opener to gauge where you are at and where your season might be headed. The Blue Devils come in tonight's game with revenge on their mind. Last year, the Blue Devils couldn't find the end zone and lost a tough battle, 14-0. But the big nemesis and perhaps the best player on the field, kid last name Delore, is no longer playing. He was a senior last year. Marysville leads the all-time series 12-28-1 with a lone tie coming in 1966. Since 1996, these two teams have met 8 times, with the Blue Devils leading 5 wins, 3 losses. 2 of those were very memorable for me, 1996 and the 2005 season. We will talk about those throughout the game tonight. From the late 70s through the 80s into the early 90s till the 96 game, the Blue Devils were 15 straight losses, and many of those weren't competitive. But tonight we're expecting the winning streak for the Blue Devils to continue. I'm Keith Bartels. I'm joined by Scott Simmons and producer Jason Robbins. Camera crew tonight is Jason Robbins and Tristan Dooley. Well, Coach Simmons, welcome.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
We have it teed up here. It looks like number 4. High end over end. It's going to be fielded at about the 7-yard line. Breaks a tackle. He's going up the sidelines, up to number 7 for the Blue Devils. Derek Snyder, standing at 5'7", just a junior.
That's really good field position for Richmond to start.
Ball being spotted right at the 30-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10, Richmond. With the
So Brandon Shorman here leads the offense out. You might have heard on the speaker over legendary Buzz Schmidt announcing the starting lineups. Shorman bringing the team out his second year, and last year he replaced Chase Churchill. They're in the ace formation, inside handoff up the middle. Montanari, gain of about 3 off tackle.
Looks like they want to spread them out a little bit. Only had one running back in the backfield there.
Check that. That was Davalier, 22. He's gotten bigger in the offseason.
A lot of excitement surrounding this Richmond team this year. We got a lot of skill players, a lot of athletes in the right spots.
It might be Coach Coker's best defense and offensive line since the 15 season.
Yeah, that line is big. They got some big fellas up front.
Shorman takes a snap, inside handoff, same play, different formation. Davalier taken down by 34. Kind of stood over him a little bit as a coach. You want to tell your kids, yeah, we understand you're excited, but don't get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And I don't know if you watched Miami and Florida last week, but
we did, yes.
There could have been a lot more flags thrown for unsportsmanlike conduct, in my opinion. And there were probably 10 at least as the game went anyway.
A lot of the kids these days get the attitude. They want the camera on them. They forget it's a team sport. They all focus on me, me, me.
And that one of the great movie quotes is the name on the front of the jersey is a lot more important than the name on the back.
That's right. Exactly right.
Davalier's got to come out. Must be equipment malfunction. He's running in a different play, possibly here with Montanari. But that is a good-looking line there for the Blue Devils. You got Gracchiola and Davenport and Luke Davis. And you got Dan McKernan, Wesley Peters, Justin Schweiger. Those are some big kids. Fake. Shorman rolls. He's got a man complete at the 50.
What a route. What a route. Derek Schneider lined up on the left side over there, Keith. Came all the way across the formation. Had one-on-one against the linebacker, and that's just a mismatch right there.
33 with the tackle. But you're right, just a mismatch. It was a nice tackle by Aiden DeVos, but he got open. It was 3rd and 6, and they get about 12.
I don't think if you're Marysville, you can guard him one-on-one for that long.
Delore set near side, motion away. Montanari, that was Davenport.
Good block on the
Montanari
end.
Gets the ball.
Good block on
There's
the end
a
by Hudson Davenport.
Flag on the play, usually in the area of holding. See what he calls. Holding. It is indeed holding. Had to have been the receiver out there on the corner. You hate to see that, too, because you see where that flag is?
7 yards down the field.
That flag's down 7 yards downfield. So say you don't hold them, the kid's going to gain still 5 yards. So
exactly right. Exactly right.
So that'll back him up. The only good thing about that is it's a spot foul, so it'll still be first down, but it'll be about 1st and 12. Probably got a little too much jersey.
First game of the season, there's probably some jitters out there. Guys are going to make a couple mistakes, just getting loose, getting accustomed to the field.
So 9:56 to go. Blue Devils' first drive of the 2019-20 season. Great home opener. Ace formation. Davalier to his right, protecting.
Got him. There's an out again. You can't guard him one-on-one.
Schneider cuts back. Tackled by 55. Nice tackle by 55, and he came from behind and swiped at the ball. Good job by Schneider to hang on to it. It did pop out, but the official ruled he was down. Wouldn't have mattered anyway because Schneider got it. Number 55, Slam Lasher, showing a little bit of speed there for a linebacker to catch Schneider from behind.
Schneider again lines up in the slot, this time on the near side. Ran about a 10-yard out, couldn't stick with him. One-on-one will not get it done against that kid.
And this year's team looks to have some good balance so far, able to run the ball and able to pass. And they're spread out here a little bit. Ace formation. Shorman, Davenport rolls away, gives it to Davalier off tackle. Got
he sneak in, snuck in,
touchdown. It was close. That official was looking right at Davenport.
He was.
Davenport turned that. Anytime you turn a kid like that, sometimes they'll throw that flag for holding. And might have gotten away with one, but the Blue Devil faithful will take it. Give him 6.
That's right. We get our first look at Adam Vershave kicking this year. Looks like he's going to do the extra point here.
As we get ready for the extra point, number 1, Shorman will hold it. Looks like for
Shorman holding. Adam Vershave. Good hold. Vershave puts it through, making it Blue Devils 7. Marysville nothing. Didn't have an answer for Shorman to Snyder on that crossing route.
If you're Richmond, it couldn't get off to a much better start. Only 1 penalty. You overcame that. Marched down the field 70 yards. Took what? 6 minutes? Pretty effective.
And they're looking right now at a big reason for that. You got McKernan and Davis and Gracchiola and Peters. Yeah, they're good up front. When you're good up front, we have talented backs from quarterback to backs to receivers.
Yeah.
You allow your playmakers to make plays, and that was impressive.
I agree.
Marysville will look to answer. The keys for Marysville tonight is how efficient are they going to be with their changeover. Entire coaching staff resigned, totally new coaching staff, different philosophy on offense and defense. Do the kids buy in early? Do they execute early? The talent's there. But is the chemistry and efficiency there? Is the trust in the coaches there?
Yeah.
Is the trust in the player next to you there? Because it's all new system. The Vikings want to pound the ball, and they want to milk the clock, and they want to be in a slugfest.
Yeah, a lot of those answers are going to come right here.
Little pooch kick, fielded by 8. 84 there. Josh Barton, he did the kicking duties last year. I know he had a little bit of an injury with his leg. Might be, he also could field goal kick. And was that 8?
That was 8. Lawrence Smallfield, the outback, came and got that one. Kind of tricky. He almost had to get it on a short hop.
Tonight, the quarterback for the Vikings, Zach Meyer, just a junior, number 15. They kind of run a hybrid wing tee. They'll do a lot of buck sweeps right, buck left, where they'll pull their guards. 2 backs behind in that traditional left or right formation. Twins near side. Sprint pass. Fumble the ball. Number 76, Zach Gracchiola.
Yeah, 76. No, that's Justin Schweiger hopping on that.
Justin Schweiger, he did a nice job there too. When the ball popped out, he pushed his guy away, which is totally legal. And then when his guy was away, he was able to jump on it. That is not how the Marysville team wants to start off with a new offense, new coaches. They want to control the line of scrimmage, and they want to be able to run the ball. And they're down 7-0 in a non-high-profile spread, score quickly. Offense, 14-0 would be quite the deficit.
I wouldn't be surprised if Richmond took a shot at the end zone right here. Quick change, ball inside the 20. Probably 4-down territory if you're Richmond, so why not take a shot right here?
Dabalier to the left of Shorman. Twins near side. Off tackle, Dabalier.
Oh, he got to the edge.
Got to the edge on
Blocked
number
by
9.
Shorman.
He's going to get in.
He's in. Oh, no, they're going to mark him out at the 3-yard line. Oh. Shorman, number 1, I forget, Zachary, the wide receiver Shorman. Good block on the edge over there, and he didn't get called for a penalty. He pulled up when he had to.
And this will be a coaching moment for the Vikings. Number 9, when he attacked from that corner position, Maceo Miller, he attacked to the inside. It's always outside in. You don't give up that outside, and that'll be a coaching moment.
Sure. Come
Sunday or Monday in the film room.
Quarterback sneak.
Quarterback sneak, Sherman, he's in. No signal yet. There it is.
2 quick scores.
Give them 6.
And that's that line you talked about, Keith. They just moved that line probably 5 yards down the field. Shorman wasn't even touched.
No. Blue Devils 13, Vikings 0. An extra point away from the final last year, but in the other side, Marysville is traveling well tonight. Have a pretty good crowd. The stands is full, and they're all along the fence line. They're not too deep yet, but they're all along, wanting to see what this new era brings. For Shave to kick, Shorman to hold again. We have the Shorman twins. Kicks down, it is up.
Oh, you missed it. Wide left.
Wide left. I'd like to see that one on film because I thought I saw it go in front of the goalpost. Yeah, he has a better view of it than we do, but I'd like to see that again. But extra point is no good, but the Blue Devils do capitalize 2 plays after the fumble by Meyer. Perfect what you want to draw up and execute if you're Coach Coker and his defensive coordinator.
Richmond must have saw something on tape with this pooch kick. So I know our guys got the leg to kick it down the field if they want to.
And remodeling and expanding weight rooms at the middle and high school. In addition, bond review will also
so we'll see here. Josh Barton will come out to kick. Marysville back is definitely against the wall. Blue Devils looking to make it 6 wins out of the last 9 games. Right now it stands at 5 wins, 3 losses in the last 8 since 1996 when Richmond kind of shocked the world. And if it wasn't the world, we'd argue that they shocked Southeast Michigan.
That's correct.
We'll get into that game here in a little more detail, but ball falls off the tee here. So it is Josh Barton. Vikings with 3 deep.
Lamarcus Lee, 28, is deep for the Vikings.
That little pooch kick. Nice hit there by 15.
Jacob Ball with the hit.
Jacob Ball.
Richard must be content and have a little faith in their defense, giving Marysville the ball at their own 40-yard line.
Yeah. Jacob Ball, probably one of the best punters in the Blue Water area.
I agree.
I think that if he wanted to and he worked on it, he could punt in college.
Absolutely.
It's not necessarily a glorious position, but you get to put on a college football helmet and be part of a team. There's nothing more special.
Yeah. And they affect the game.
Yes, they do.
They affect the game.
Meyer under center, L behind him left, off tackle.
Nice job on the end.
Nice contain, the nice gain. Good.
Dan McKernan in there.
It was shifty, patient running by 20. Hunter Fight. The linebackers are a little slow getting to the tackle position because I thought the defensive line out forced it inside, but that pursuit was a little late.
Davenport got straight up the field, forced the runner in, but there was no pursuit from the inside. Allowed him to get 5 yards.
2nd and 5 from their own 46. L to the right, wing right. Meyer drops back to pass, a little toss pass. There's a flag on the play. I think we're going to have holding here on Marysville.
That's a tough holding call if that is correct, because that is away from, that's behind the play by about 10 yards. The play is going away.
And we talked about
or trip.
We talked about film session and learning session. We talked about number 9 not pursuing outside end earlier. This was going to be another one to your left tackle or left tight end. You know it's a sprint out right, and your quarterback should be fast. Why are you tripping or holding? Usually that outside guy, you let him go.
Absolutely.
And if he can get there, he's D1 caliber.
Exactly right.
If he can chase your quarterback down from.
Yeah. I'm not sure why you commit that penalty there, but that does not help the team. When you're down 13-0, you turn the ball over once already. Your biggest gain so far is a 5-yard run. You can't do that.
So 2nd and 15 from their own 36.
There's still half the first quarter to go yet.
Yeah. Exactly. Shorman near side. McKernan going there at 51. He's a big kid.
There's some big down linemen for Richmond right now.
Starting 2 sophomores at linebacker. Future bodes well. The pursuit. Nice tackle there by Shorman to save it from a first down. He wouldn't have scored, but he did gain those 10 yards back, so now it's going to be 3rd and manageable, 3rd and about 5. There you got to...
Looked like 3 guys had a chance in the backfield, and not one of them laid a hand on him.
Yeah, they allowed themselves to get juked out versus tackling the belt. The belt can't, that belt buckle can't juke you out. The head moves and the bobbing and the fake passes.
Yeah.
You look at that belt buckle.
It's a big play if you're Marysville. You don't get it. You're punting the ball back to Richmond. You make a first down here. Keep the momentum going.
Well, and you also want it to chew up the clock.
Yeah, you can't give Richmond the ball back right away.
Yep, they've shown that they can't stop Richmond, and they need to shorten this game. Wing T, wing right. It's going to be delay a game. They've been making mistakes. First possession, fumble, holding calls.
Tripping calls, and now a delay game.
It's been a sloppy 9 minutes because we are 6 and 52 into the first. Keith Bartell, Scott Simmons, Jason Robbins on camera. Also our producer on camera tonight also, Tristan Dooley. Richmond TV 12 YouTube channel. All the local Richmond events. Check it out, from city council meetings to all things the city of Richmond. Channel 6 on Comcast, Tuesday nights at 6. This will also be broadcast. Same formation, wing right. Dive,
Fumble.
Ball's on the ground.
Yep.
Recovered, it looked like
37, Davenport.
37, Davenport got it.
I don't think that running back got touched. I think that ball just popped out on its own.
It did, very sloppy, I agree. He had a hole.
You did. Almost like the hole surprised him and he got all excited. He might get 3 or 4 yards. Or 5.
Yes. Well, they would have had a decision to make, because I think it would have ended up being, 4th and 2 or 3. He was going to gain, he was going to get close.
I wouldn't be surprised if Richmond took a shot here. I guess 2 schools of thought. You're running the ball successfully. Why not take 7, 8 yards a chunk? But really put him in a bad spot. Attacking down the middle or on the wing here.
Shorman, Brandon, motion away.
There's your speed. Look at
Schneider.
7, 8
Gets
yards.
outside,
Yep.
Still turning. Gets out of bounds.
It's a good play.
About a gain of 8, maybe 7. Flag on the play, though.
Go back here. Got to be holding.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. Yes, it is.
Nuts.
And I see if it's behind the line of scrimmage. I don't think it's a spot foul. I think that it goes.
I think it's a
some of the
Penalty is against Richmond holding.
spot
Yeah,
foul.
he's counting it off 10, so it's going to be 1st and 23.
Ball ends up on the.
I think the thing there is, Schneider's so fast coming around that edge. I don't know that you have to hold as much, just get in the way.
Exactly.
It's not a long block to hang on to.
But it's carried 1st and long. We got, looks like about 22 yards.
Shorman, shotgun, Dobblier to his right. Schneider, same play, opposite side.
Look at the block.
Blocked well.
Ooh.
He gains about 10, so it's going to be 2nd and 12. Nice run there. He's got speed.
Number 7, Ryan Zook, got a hand on him, just enough to bring him down.
And you can see Marysville is on that last play. Both backers were blitzing A gap. They're trying to get a lot of pressure up the middle.
Richmond's been prepared to that because every pass play Richmond has thrown out there has been a rollout. He's not sat back in the pocket and thrown. He's rolled left or rolled right.
Griffin Delore near side, Twins far side, Shorman inside handoff.
Going nowhere.
Well, the thing on that too, and if that was Davalier, and it was, he knows better than that. He was kind of dancing a little bit there. You got to keep your legs churning so that when you get hit, at least you're going forward.
Right.
You stop your momentum like that, and you're going to go backwards. If not, turn it over. You want your momentum going forward.
With that play right there, Marysville just doesn't believe that Shorman's going to keep the ball and pull it down and run around the end, right? So the ends are crashing hard, and until you make those ends respect that, it's going to be hard to run up the middle there.
Yeah, they're selling out to stop in the middle. Shorman rolling
There's
left.
Rollout again.
55 with the blitz. Has a guy, his brother. Ooh, that could have been a late hit. He was already down. Look at that spot. White. He caught that, and it was tackled near the line. Look how far back they're taking that. That doesn't make any sense to me. He spotted that ball 2-3 yards back where he caught it.
He's not even close.
8-yard line, so it's going to make it third and about 4 yards to go.
Aiden DeVos was the one on the coverage out there.
4th and 4. Definitely going to go for it here. Wouldn't be surprised to see, like you said, a inside handoff fake. Shorman keep it on the quarterback keeper, or roll right and go back to Snyder across the middle.
Yeah, I can see the quarterback pulling this one down if it is a run option.
Trips near side.
Yep, there you go. See, here you go. You got the whole edge.
Yep.
Just got to get upfield and get your first down.
We both called it.
Yes, we did.
And it is going to be, depending on the spot, good thing it's not the opposite guy spot. It's the near side spot.
The guy on this side knows where to put the ball.
Yeah. First down. So first down, it'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. We'll call it the 33 and a half. We both called that one.
Yeah, well, I'm sure the guys upstairs who are spotting for Richmond
saw
paid
that.
attention. They saw those ends are cracked. The ends were coming straight down the line. There was no upfield pressure whatsoever.
Twins far side to Delore near. Brandon Shorman inside handoff to Davalier. And that's a situation there where you know, non-football fans they're like, well, why are you running? That's not working. That's the setup, the quarterback keeping it. That's the setup, like you said, the end sucking in. That's the setup. Okay, we did the quarterback keep, so we're going to do that. Quarterback's going to keep it, but then the backside receiver's going to run right up that seam, and he's going to pull up just behind tackle and float it down the middle for a touchdown. So all those plays are predicated based on your base offensive plays that you have to keep running, even if they're limited, it's successful.
We have a big line, and it's important to run the ball because you're going to wear that defense down. Those big guys are wide open, right down the middle. Oh! Nuts. Had it. You had it. You faked it inside.
Coker's going to tell me to be quiet until after the play.
That's right. Exactly right.
But they're all to set up. They're all to set up what just happened. And it was wide open.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, wide open. I think Shorman there probably has to put a little bit more air underneath the ball, just to ensure that Davenport has a chance to catch it. That had a little bit too much sauce on it.
Yeah, and that's that first game jitters. The first game, you know, don't have that touch quite down.
Yeah. The other thing when the quarterback pulls it down, I don't know if Coach Coker wants his quarterback running too much either.
No.
I mean, once he gets the first down, I think he wishes he'd just take a knee or get out of bounds without getting hit.
Davenport coming near side.
That's going nowhere. Here we go, 4th down.
Well, it's a very important series for the Marysville defense, down 13-0. I can't believe we're still in the first quarter. 3:39 to go. 4th and about 14. Ball on the 38. Marysville, this is a big play for them. They give this up and give up a score.
I think you punt it. I think you punt it, Keith. Maybe from the shotgun, maybe?
I know Bo Schembacher would punt it, but you know, that's about where they were giving them the ball on the kickoff.
That's true.
Sherman.
Good point.
Trips near side.
He's throwing it.
Sherman steps up in the pocket. There is a flag. This one's coming back. Caught down at the half-yard line. That is coming back. Hold the phone, everyone. There is a hanky that is yellow on the field.
We have a flag on the play, though.
Well, the referee there, this is the first game for them too. He was saying go ahead and go to the chain crew. It took Buzz Schmidt to say there's flag on the play for him to tell him to hold on.
Illegal formation.
Yep, so it's going to be 4th and 24. I think you're right now. You do punt. Nice pass and catch there. He was down at about the half-yard line, but it's all for naught.
I think they're saying one of our wide receivers was not up on the line, 5 men in the backfield, and Coker's down there pleading his case.
He'll plead his case. He'll watch the film, and
yeah, we don't have the luxury of instant replay up here to look back at it.
Here comes the punt team. This is a good decision.
Yeah, pin him down. Marysville hasn't really shown a lot on offense that scares you quite yet, so put them down deep in their zone, and you can see Jake Ball do his thing.
He had some tremendous punts last year that totally flipped the field. I don't think we beat Croswell Lexington last year if he doesn't kick it. A couple of them rolled like 90 yards, total net 90 yards because of the roll and over the up man's head or the back man's head, and just heck of a foot. Great kid too.
Richmond had some personnel issues, came out with 10 guys. Could not figure out who the 11th guy was, had to call a timeout.
September 29th.
So back in 1996, Marysville comes to this stadium right here. It wasn't as nice as it is now because it was pre-bond, and your athletic director, Reinhardt, didn't get to play in that game. It was his junior year, but he had a torn ACL, and that was a bummer. But Marysville rolled in with 2 buses, 75 kids, from 40-yard line to all the way to the end zone. And the Blue Devils had 17 on the team, but only dressed 15 kids and won 13-2 and gave up the 2 because it was like less than 2 minutes ago. They took the safety because they didn't want to give up a touchdown. They were pinned deep.
Sure. Coach
Ladd and head coach, Coach News. That was the turning point for the Blue Devils season or football program.
Yeah.
And I think it might have impacted the Vikings because they haven't been the same since. Ball's punt. Short, uncharacteristic. First one of this season, though, takes a roll. It would be down at about the 15. They'll certainly take that. But
yeah, anything inside the 20 is good there.
Teddy Peterkowski was the quarterback of that team, and a lot of the impact players on that team. You had John Pites. You had Judd Murphy on that team. Dan Flannery had to guard Paco Jeffries. It was just a heck of a game, and Tim Jocks was on that team. Fantastic team that turned the whole program around. Vikings have it here. They're double tight, kind of a T formation. I didn't see their wing right up the middle for a gain of about 3.
Danny McKernan brought him down.
But yeah, that team, they showed up about a minute before kickoff because they want to get in your head psychologically. And that was Walt Brown, the heck of a coach.
Right.
Won the state championship in '93.
Yes.
Still had dressed 75 to 100 kids. You're playing Richmond at Richmond. You beat them 15 straight times, and none of those were competitive, and got whipped by 15 kids. Just tough, hard-nosed kids. Good run there, good drive by Marysville. String 2 good plays in a row here is what they need. They got the defensive stop they wanted, and they want to run some clock here. What would be great for them and for their psyche would be to drive down here and put some points on the board.
Yeah.
Don't think it's going to happen, but that's a long ways to go. You're at the 15-yard line. Pro teams have a hard time with 80-yard drives without a flag or a turnover, let alone high school teams and college teams. So we'll see what happens. Wing left, halfback off tackle.
Justin Schweiger up the field. Here comes one more. Sherman, nice job. And Schweiger finished it as well, Keith. You see that?
Way to pursue. Yeah. He didn't quit. And that's a testament to the coaching staff and probably how they run their plays, that he was beat, got a stiff arm, kid got around him, but hustles down and helps make the tackle.
It's your pursuit drill. Wonderful stuff. Got to make the coaching staff happy, especially the guys who coach the defense.
And those are the types you always see, you know, the quarterbacks and the running backs and them in the newspaper and stuff. Sure. But those plays right there are tremendously important for the team and keep your kids pumped up.
For sure.
Fake.
Shoot.
He's got all kinds of running room. Meyer, that could have been a block in the back, and there it is, the flag.
Yeah.
They might call holding because he did turn him, but he did start in the back. And that there again, you know, you're Marysville. It's 2nd and 10. Illegal block in the back. You just gained 8 yards. What are you doing?
Exactly.
They're going to have a lot of film to break down and correct some of these errors. You got a great drive going.
I think that's Davenport on the left end over there that sucked in, though, that allowed the edge. He came inside, took that 1 half step inside, and the tackle on the end over there turned him in, and that's how they got the corner. Just got to remember your keys. You got to remember to get upfield. Cannot get beat outside.
But there again, you know, not only is it going to be good film study, you know, Coker and his staff with Shorman and Jarmega, and newly added Sean Misko and Preston Trenben with the program for a few years, and Brandon Day since 2003. You know, they'll correct those little things.
Correct. Yes.
Inside handoff.
A host of Blue Devils in on that one. I think it was Dan McKernan again, the nose guard.
Gain of 2. It'll bring up 3rd and 10. So those are just drive killers.
Yeah.
Penalties.
Either we're looking at 1st and 10, about the 45-yard line, and now you're 3rd and 10, back on your own 31.
That'll be the last play of the quarter. Blue Devils 13. Marysville Vikings 0. 2019-20 Richmond Varsity Boys football season home opener, season opener here at Ben Bolt Stadium. I'm Keith Bartels, joined with Scott Simmons, producer Jason Robbins, also on camera, and also on camera tonight is Tristan Dooley. So we talked about that 96 team a little bit. The next memory for me, the 96 one was a memory for me because I got here in 98. In the fall of 98, I'm helping with Coach Noose. They just came off the 6-3 season, good season. They beat a lot of good teams. Big kids, Schwartz, Joey Riedel, a lot of good kids, good athletes. Dan Zemer, Ryan Shinska was the quarterback. One of them, he was just a sophomore. To make a long story short, all I heard about was the 96 win, the 96 win, the 96 win. We were 6-3 last year because of the 96 win. We got these kids out for football because of the 96 win. And Dan Flannery's brother, Matt Flannery, was playing football and was on the team. So I got to know him, and I learned about Dan and his role in that. And Chris Reinhardt, who's the AD, his brother was on that team, Sean. So you heard a lot about that team, and I was on Coach Noose's coaching staff, coaching offensive backs, quarterbacks, and DBs, and you know, great memories that are being talked about by their siblings and the kids that are left in the program and what it meant. We'll continue on with that in a minute. It's the second quarter. In case you're just joining us, Blue Devils 13, Vikings nothing. Big 3rd and 10 in their own territory.
Pass. Oh.
Good stiff arm. Number 3, good cutback. Here's the pursuit, though. You got to make the tackles.
That's good. Connor Cracchiolo chasing back. He probably came back 15 yards, 15, 20 yards to make that tackle.
Yep, good pursuit. That's why he can play basketball. He's got good feet, get up and down the court, bring up about 4th and 5. It's got to be punt time for the Vikings. For what they had going early, squashed by that penalty.
I always say at the end of the first quarter, though, if you're Marysville, 13-0, it's probably pretty decent given you started out in the hole pretty quickly.
Yeah, considering they had the Blue Devils had the ball in their territory 3 times with scoring twice. Woodard, number 4 to punt.
Doppler's back deep.
Doppler's back deep.
Oh, boy. It's out of bounds.
Not a bad punt considering, you know, you got Gracchiola coming breathing down your neck.
Right, that's a big kid coming after you.
Schweiger, who made a couple plays coming down after you. A couple big boys there. Nice catch and punt. We haven't seen Schneider yet. I know I saw, he's coming back in right here. He wasn't in the last series. It looked like maybe he had some cramps or a calf.
Yeah.
Calf issue.
Ball spotted at their own 38-yard line.
Well, the Blue Devils would like nothing more than to drive down and put a little more pressure on a offense that doesn't air it out a lot.
I agree.
We have Shorman coming near side. That's Zachary.
Delors on far side of the field. Davalier's in the backfield.
Snyder's in the slot. He goes motion.
Here's your pass. Oh, he's
slant.
He's
nice pass. Shorman.
It's a foot race now.
He's got the wheels.
He's in.
Nice pass from Shorman to Shorman. How many times has that happened in the backyard? Well, you know what they say. Give him 6.
It almost looked like maybe he knew that we were going to throw that ball before he snapped it. It was one-on-one down at the bottom, quick slant. He got the receiver on his back hip. All you got to do is catch it at that point. There was no safety in the middle of the field there.
Good connection there. I thought for a half second that he threw it behind him, but it wasn't behind him. It was perfectly led, and Zachary put on the wheels. Looked like number 9 had the angle on him, but Shorman outran him like his dad used to do up in Iron Mountain and Mount Pleasant. For Shave to kick, it is good.
That's better. That's a driven ball there. That's a lot better.
Blue Devils 20, Marysville 0. This is going to make it even tougher. This weather, I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera, but it is raining. The umbrella's starting to come out. Our producer, Jason Robbins, should be a weatherman. He predicted that it was coming, and it is raining. So, Jason, if you're listening, you might have some meteorology in your career, because right now you're batting 1,000, 1 for 1. Never heard you predict the weather before, and you said it was going to come. Let me know. You said about 7:40. What time is it? It's 7:37, didn't he? He said 7:40.
He's right on it. He also said it's going to last 10 minutes, so start your clock.
Okay.
We'll see how quick he is.
So 7:37, so 47. We'll see. So Vershave is now out to kick, number 3. Wonder if Barton tweaked his leg again. But yeah, Shorman to Shorman. I mean, how many times has that happened? They're twins. How many times has that happened in the backyard?
I don't even know if they have to look at each other anymore. They just know.
Ball up at the 40-yard line.
For Shave to kick, he's got about a 8.5, 9-yard drop. High end over kick, different type kick.
5-yard line.
That's going to be a touchback. Automatic in high school. Number 20 and number 4, they're getting into it a little bit.
Brendan Brunel getting after him.
But they, high-fived each other a little bit there. Good sportsmanship by both of them, because tempers flare, especially when you get knocked on your tail a little bit.
Some of those guys are only special teamers, so that's their time to shine. They're going to go down and hit anything and everything in front of them. They don't care. And you like to see that. Yeah. Nothing wrong with being feisty.
Well, that's how they earn their time.
Exactly right.
You show yourself and
did it clean, didn't draw a penalty, so you're good.
That's how Kurt Larson did it for the Spartans. I'll talk about that in a second in the mid-'80s. Twins now, they're opening it up. Shotgun, left. Davenport.
Yeah, got sucked in again.
Oh, that could be a face mask. Must have been the shoulder pad. No gain on the play. In fact, it's going to be a loss. Looks like about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 14. But Kurt Larson was a linebacker for the Spartans in the mid-'80s when they went to the Rose Bowl, '87, and he was a special team player, walk-on. And Lorenzo White kept complaining about this Larson kid that kept hitting him from the scout team, and ended up full all Big Ten, played a couple years in NFL.
Great story.
You know, he just kept working, and when Lorenzo White, one of the best backs in their history, says, this kid's hurting me a little bit, and
Coaches take notice.
Yes, they do. Same formation.
That's how you get upfield. There's Cracchiola doing his job on the edge. Pursuit's got to get him now.
Yep, and you got to wrap up. Yep. No gain on the play. In fact, it is another loss.
Look at that. McKernan, all the way from nose guard, chased that one down from inside out. It starts with Cracchiolo getting upfield.
Yes, it does. 3rd and 15, loss of 1.5 on the play. Oh, they're going to mark it at the 16, so we'll call it 3rd and 14.
Wesley Peters was your middle linebacker there. He did a good job of getting outside, chasing that down as well.
I like Coker, though. I saw Coker there just, you know, and he's very positive, but he's getting after some guys on there because even though it was a good play, if you still miss your assignment, you still have to be held accountable and coached for the next play. Same formation, shotgun, Meyer back, throws, nice catch.
And Meyer's pass is complete.
Bartolomucci on the coverage.
Number 8 grabs it.
Gain on the play, takes it up to the 31.
Smathfield be 4th and about a long 7, a short 8.
Kicking again.
Yeah, they're going to be punting here. Well, they didn't. That was their first play to get any kind of a gain. Dabalier and Snyder coming back, 2 pretty good weapons to catch the ball. Whether it be on this one or one in the future, I see 6 in their future. High snap, high punt, short, takes a Viking roll out of. That doesn't roll out of bounds, but it'd be about the 47. Blue Devils take over on their own 47-yard line, up 20-0.
2 guys down.
Gracchiola.
It looks like they ran into each other.
Back
by the punter.
The last time that was Schweiger.
Yeah.
Let's see who it is here. Hopefully it's just the wind knocked out of him.
But anyone that runs into Cracchiola is going to get the worst of it.
Yeah, and he just pointed to his thigh, so you got a little shot in the thigh. That does hurt. You're going to walk it off and rub it out.
Mm-hmm. Cannot see a number of the guy who's down back there. But it looked like a case of friendly fire.
Certainly aren't going to speculate what happens, but it is Schweiger. He's coming up.
2 biggest guys on the team.
Yep, coming
2 of
up.
the biggest guys on the team.
And he's off, coming up on his own. It's good to see him coming off on his own, not getting any help. So
yeah, you don't want either of those guys hurt.
So the Blue Devils come out up 20-0 on their own 47-yard line. Gracchiola coming back in here.
As we get back into action,
they're saying he can't rewalt. Number 6, he's going to come in. Gracchiola's got to wait 1 play. The rule is if there's a timeout and a timeout's for injury, you have to sit 1 play.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can burn a timeout to keep your player in there, but certainly that's not worth it right now. 1 play's not going to hurt. Shorman fumbles a snap, showing his little bit of speed here.
Just
again.
Get out of bounds now. Just get out of bounds. Yep.
That's going to be a flag. That's DeVos, 33.
You thought he was almost involved in the late hit. You thought earlier in the game on the far side.
That's just unnecessary. The whistle blew, and you just throw him to the ground. That's
clearly out of bounds. He's about 4 or 5 yards deep.
So instead of it being 2nd and, let's see, 7, 8, 9, instead of being 2nd and 20, it's going to be an automatic first down in your own territory. Marysville's made a lot of mistakes tonight, both with the ball and mentally.
That's just a discipline thing. Cannot do that.
No, you can't.
Especially when you're down 20.
Yep.
After the penalty, it takes it inside Marysville territory.
I thought all personal fouls were automatic first downs.
Dead ball after the play. They're going to rule that after the dead ball, so after the play.
But it's not after that play. It's a continuation of the play.
Oh, Coker's asking the same thing.
He's not going to argue because he's up 20 to nothing.
That's right. Maybe we'll get clarification at halftime.
Shorman, Dobelier to his left. We have Twins near side, Delore far side.
Yep, false start here on us. Our Crecchiolo, I think, was rocking backwards before the ball got snapped. Yep. False start.
Illegal procedure against the Blue Devils, going to take it back 5 yards.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 after all of that. Blue Devils bailed number 33 DeVos out a little bit, but still.
2nd and 10.
Shorman coming, Zachary near side, Schneider in the slot, Delore far side.
Time to get Delore involved here.
Davenport helping.
There he is.
There's the call.
Oh, that's interference, absolutely.
They're going to call the interference. Delore coming across on the slant. I think if, I don't know if Coker watches these broadcasts or not, but if he does, he's going to say, I hope I never have to play against the Bartell Simmons team because they're calling all my plays.
That's right. Number 11, Logan Wright, got there a little early. He was playing kind of a soft corner. I think he read the slant right. He just got there too early, bumped Delore, and got called for the pass interference.
And Coker, don't worry about it. You'd win.
That's right. Exactly right. Kind of like Weatherman up here, Keith. If you predict enough things, eventually you get one right.
Yeah. So first down, Blue Devils on the Marysville 38-yard line. Same formation. Delore split wide. Near side Twins. Schneider in the slot. Shorman shotgun. Snyder inside. Handoff.
Ooh.
Defense did a nice job limiting that to about a 3-yard gain. And in case you're wondering, that handoff was forward. So that time he handed off. A couple times he's throwing it forward. Whether it's a handoff forward or you throw it forward, that goes as a pass in the book. So that's a 3-yard pass catch gain.
We're going to give credit to number 2 over there,
Delore?
Sean Tushak on Marysville side for chasing that play down from the back.
There's a Delore on their team too, but there's no relation. But it is the brother of the kid that played real well last year.
No, that kid tore us up last year.
Single-handedly, he's the reason that it was 14-0.
There's your inside handoff again.
Yep.
Going nowhere.
Yep. You're keeping those linebackers honest.
Keep it. 34. Haven't called his number all day. DeMarco Singleton got the tackle. He's in there early.
So it's going to be 3rd and 7 from the 36. I always said that Coker's quarterback's got to be in shape. Chase, I saw him for 2.5 years running back and forth to the coach to get the play and running it back out. They like to put a little Fitbit on him, see how much they run in the game going back and forth.
Singleton in the slot. I'm sorry, Schneider in the slot. Delore far side. Shorman here. Uh-oh. No, indecision in the backfield.
Number 2.
Number 2 again.
That's one of those things where it's it's just coaching philosophy. Some coaches have their tight ends run into plays. Some have their have flankers run into plays. I coached a couple years with Coach Noose. Everything was signaled.
Yes.
With hand signals, and Ryan Shinsko was so efficient on doing the no huddle and looking at Glenn and being able to call. And I was the AD at the time. I had some people accuse us of actually thinking that we had a headset in Ryan Shinsko's helmet.
No kidding.
That he was listening. He was that good. That would explain why he graduated from dental school and he's a dentist from U of M. Throw it back, and that's going to be down at about the 1-yard line.
That's a really good job by special teams right there.
Excellent job by special teams. The old rule now would have been, since his feet were in the end zone, he touches it, it's a touchback. But that's the old rules.
Yeah. Now
it's strictly it's the ball.
Correct. Ball never crossed the line or touched that goal line for that matter, so ball's down. I bet you that's inside the 1. It's hard to tell where we're at. I bet you that's inside the 1.
Yeah, so Ryan Shinska, great kid, quarterback for 2 years. Tore his ACL, unfortunately, his sophomore year or junior year. Battled back. He tore it in September, and I was a varsity basketball coach then, and he played the second half of the basketball season.
No kidding.
So from tearing it in September, second half of the basketball season, end of January, February, he was on the court playing. Just tremendous willpower to want to get out and compete. Meyer gives it inside. Nice play.
That's almost a first down.
20. Nice run. That's fight.
Fight with the run. Reese Renna finally got in there on a tackle. And you know, if your safety's making tackles, that's not good.
No, it's not. If your safeties are especially leading your team in tackles.
Correct.
Although New Mexico State, most famous safety they ever had.
Yeah, it was Brian Urlacher. That's right.
And the Bears drafted him on his speed and said, we're going to put about 50 pounds of muscle on him, and the rest is history.
Yeah. He was an exceptional NFL football player.
Double tight wing near side. L or right L formation behind. Quarterback saw something there. Taken down by
36,
Montanari.
I see a couple of our linemen's head that they're picking up, right? Instead of staying low, they're standing up trying to see where the ball's at. And that's going to get you in trouble every time. I don't know if you were in Frankenmuth last year when we lost our playoff game, but Frankenmuth ran a similar offense, and our guys got caught peeking in the backfield instead of maintaining their assignment. A lot of standing up. That's a good way to get run over.
Yeah, and that Frankenmuth team, they ran the veer.
Yeah,
and that veer option, very similar to what Oklahoma and Nebraska did for all those years. And if you are not reading your key, if you are not doing what your assignment is, and you, like you said, look and start peeking, and you give them the angle or position, you're done.
It's a long day.
Yes.
Long day.
Defensive coordinators will tell you that the veer is the toughest offense to stop.
Sure.
For that very reason. The kids can't stay focused long enough.
Mm-hmm.
Wing right, timeout here, trying to get the Blue Devils
a good discipline
to jump. Yes. But, you know, the veer, a lot of teams run to the veer because you can be on the smaller side, because you're looking for advantages and you're unblocking. Somebody's always unblocked where you're trying to run the ball, and that person, you're reading what he does, and then your quarterback and the halfbacks make their decisions on who's going to carry the ball. Very tough to beat, very tough to defend. However, when it gets later in October and it gets into November and it starts to get snowy and rainy, you can put the ball on the ground a lot. And that's why a lot of teams don't go to it. And a lot of indoor teams do. That's why if you ever get a veer team that makes it to the finals in the Dome, they're tough to beat because the weather's not a factor.
Exactly right.
So back in 2005, that my memory of the Marysville Richmond game, 2005, it was at Marysville. It was the first round of the playoffs. State champs was there, and they were highlighting Marysville. Marysville was a senior-laden team. They were supposed to do something that year, and they were big. You know, take off their shoulder pads, and you're watching them warm up. You're like, this is going to be a tough team to beat. And John Warren was on our team, and Travis Peterkowski and Stark, and we'll get to that in a second. Meyer, a little pitch.
Had him outside. They did. Nice job by the end out there.
Yep, good pursuit, and they didn't give up. So back and forth game, first round of playoffs at Marysville. The Blue Devils, the time was running down, less than a minute to go. It was 4th and 23 for the Blue Devils on about the 40-yard line. Between the 40 and 45-yard line. Jake Stark scrambled, hit Travis Peterkowski for about 23 and a half yards. They got the first down. Time was ticking. They called a timeout under 10 seconds. Okay, the back judge didn't know if it was a forward pass or not, but the line judge said it was, so he called an incomplete pass. 2:54 to go. Blue Devils 20, Vikings 0. So he hit Peter Kowski. RJ, we called him RJ, but Ryan Johnson comes in and kicks a 35-yard field goal. No time on the clock. Blue Devils win.
Awesome.
And it was like 33-31 because it was 31-30. Excellent game. State champs came to us after that game. Got our foot in the door as state champs, and just a great Blue Devil Marysville rivalry in the Blue Devil favor.
What do you think of Richmond? Maybe they'll punt it far enough this time that Richmond.
Yeah, I'd like to see a return. Yeah, he got Lear and Snyder back there, both threats.
That's too high and short. Gotta get out of the way now.
Yep.
Fire. Get out of the way. There we go.
It's going to take started to take the Blue Devil bounce, but then kicked.
Still pretty good field position right there. 38-yard line, 2:44 to go.
Well, the umbrellas are away, and we said 7:47. It's probably been, it's 7:55 right now. I think Jason was right on that. It was only going to last around 10 minutes.
Great call, Jason.
Yes. So the Blue Devils, with 2:44 to go, have plenty of firepower to score quickly anywhere in the field based on what we've seen tonight with Snyder's ability and Brandon Shorman's ability, quarterback, to hit his brother and his other talented receivers. Shorman gives it to Davalier. Davalier gains about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
I think that's one of those plays where you just want to run some clock. We don't want to score too quick. Get the clock running and get some positive yards. Because you know they're going to go for it. This is 4-down territory at this point. Haven't seen much of Montanari in the backfield yet. Haven't really the pound and ground.
And he's a big, tough kid.
Big kid.
189, 215-pound wrestler, just tough. Zach near side, Delore up top, double wing, single back. Davalier bounces it outside, does a nice job shifting his ball. Went from his right hand to his left hand, did a nice job shifting it there.
LaMarcus Lee, 28, with the tackle there, knocks him out of bounds. Would be surprised to see this handoff up the middle again, Keith. Get the clock running again. Again, we want to score, but we don't want to leave any time on the clock for them.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I think you're right. You might see a Davalier up the middle. I'm not sure if that was supposed to be, and he just bounced it outside.
I agree. I think it's middle, but you're right. He bounced that thing outside.
So we have our double wing, Davalier to the right of Shorman, split right and left.
Quarterback keeper.
Keeper gets sandwiched there between 89 and 22. That was one of those plays where your tackles, somebody got beat inside, but your outside tackle didn't push 89 far enough out to give enough of a crease there.
Jacob Delore over there.
2nd and 14, 1:30 to go. Blue Devils not in a hurry with their timeouts.
I think he's going to call it. He's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, there was some confusion there, and they might have called a timeout there to save a penalty. Well, no, 15 was in the huddle, but Sherman wasn't, so it wouldn't have been too many in the huddle.
Right.
Because you can't break a huddle with 12. Check us out on Richmond TV 12, Richmond TV 12, the YouTube channel for all of Richmond events. Jason Robbins does an excellent job producing and recording all of Richmond events, from City Council to Richmond Community School events. Good Old Days is coming up, and there'll be the outhouse races and the bump and run and all that good stuff, and the grand parade, and all that will be produced and filmed by Jason Robbins and his crew. Check us out on Comcast Channel 6. The football broadcast will be Tuesday nights at 6. The season opener, home opener, 2019-2020 school year. I'm Keith Bartels, joined with Scott Simmons, and on camera, Tristan Dooley.
Great night for football, Keith. Great night.
Yes, it is. And the rain didn't last, cleared out. And I think our band at halftime's doing, I think it's Phantom of the Opera. I'm not 100% sure. Shorman shotgun takes a 3-step drop after that. That was a little post corner there route. Snyder was open. That'll come as the season goes, but Shorman was in the slot, and he went on a little bit of a post route and then cut back to the corner.
Snyder's limping a little bit. I don't know if that's
he was getting worked out earlier, and I think, I don't know if it's cramps or if he's got a little calf pull.
Huh.
So we'll see. It's 3rd and 14. A little bit outside of field goal range.
I take a shot at the top of the field here with Delore again. He's 1-on-1. I think he's got about 3-4 inches on his guy.
Twins right, Shorman rolling right. He gets the corner.
There he is.
Good defense, falls incomplete. He's calling a catch interception. I'd like to see that closer. I know because that ball came rolling out. Did he have possession long enough? Did he complete the process?
Right.
We saw it come out. Not a lot of harm with 1:03 to go. Blue Devils will be cautious on defense here. Nothing gets behind you.
Thinking that ball probably still needs to be thrown to the outside, out of bounds. If Delore can't catch it, nobody can catch it. Yeah, it probably got stuck inside just a little bit. Ball bobbled around. It looked like it almost laid on Delore's back for a second, and the defender just picked it up.
Wing right.
Inside
handoff. Nice run. Yeah, nice trap.
Marysville's in no hurry. They're content to let this clock run out. They're happy down 20-0 because I think it could have been a lot worse. That's 2 or 3 times now Richmond's been in the Marysville end, came away with nothing.
Meyer running that wing T. Double back. They're either in an R or an L formation. This would be R, wing left.
Oh, there's a pass. Look out.
Over the middle, open. Good hits. Good. Complete to 8. Good for a first down.
Reese Renna with the hit. And Bartolomucci in on it.
So in 24 seconds to go, I'm not sure if Marysville has timeouts. If they do, it's only 1 because I can remember them using 2.
Right.
They're really in no hurry. 20 seconds and counting. Meyer's going to be in shotgun, trips left. Watch for a little hook and ladder here, a little trickeration. Meyer rolling left. Throws it up over the middle. Intercepted. Nice catch. Intercepted by 23.
We got a flag down in the middle of the field here.
The flag down, so hold on. There's 1 second to go also in the half. Reese Renna with the interception.
Could be illegal lineman downfield.
Could be.
Yep, ineligible downfield.
Ineligible.
Richmond's going to decline it.
Yep, ineligible downfield.
First down, Richmond.
Ineligible man down.
So see what Coker has.
I think you take a shot. You got athletes out there.
Yes, you do.
1 second left in the first half.
Just make sure you protect your quarterback. You don't want to get him killed here, as because he's got to sit in the pocket a little longer than normal. Unless it's going to be something quick, and hopefully you get a guy in space and create. He's
missing some players here, though. I think he's still short.
Chance to show off the arm, too.
Yeah. And if you're Marysville, you're deeper than the deepest. Your corners are back. Your safety's back. Nobody gets behind you.
Mm-hmm.
But they're kids, you say it over and over and over. It still happens.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We have Twins near side.
They're short. We're short of linemen here. Uh-oh. Hey, we still got time.
Yeah, I thought they looked short.
Timeout. Richmond.
Now, yeah. We said, this is a good learning experience here, though. 1 second left. This is why you still play.
Sure.
Because you're in a quick change turnover situation.
Yeah.
So back in the film room, coach will say, I don't care if we're up 20-0. We just got the ball. You see there's a second on the clock. Why aren't we on the field? Why aren't we together?
Correct.
And we had to burn a timeout. So what if there was 25 seconds on the clock, and you just burned a timeout, and that was your last timeout. Say you Hail Mary it, or you get a gain all the way down to the 25 for you can get field goal range, try a field goal, but you just burned your timeout because we weren't mentally into the game. So the one thing I love about Coach Coker's teams and watching them over the years is that will be corrected.
Yeah. We won't see, 3-4 games down the road, we won't see these mistakes. Oh, just taking a knee, not taking a shot.
Still a learning curve there by doing that and making sure that everyone's on the same page and into the game mentally. Just because you're up 20-0, a couple years ago we were up 20-0 at halftime against, or 20-0 after the first quarter. It might have been 21-0 against Almont and ended up losing that playoff game.
Right.
So Keith Bartels, Scott Simmons, Jason Robbins producing and on camera, joined tonight on camera by Tristan Dooley. Check us out, Richmond TV 12, YouTube. And now get ready to watch the band under the direction of Miss Molly Shack. And we haven't talked about it, but we'll talk about it second half, about our varsity cheerleaders and how they were state champs last year. Devils 20, Vikings 0.
Awesome.
Good evening and welcome to Richmond High School for tonight's halftime performance. Taking the field is a 2019-2020 Richmond High School marching band under the direction of Molly Shack and led by drum major senior Bryce Germain and sophomore Emma Milbrand. Color guard captains are juniors Sarah Gasso and Julie Rock. Drum major, is your band ready? You may take the field for tonight's performances. On the 5th day of the month of August, in an early year of a decade, not too long before your own, a band started practicing music, some of the most unforgettable musicals of all time. The Richmond Marching Band performs their band camp show beginning with Little Shop of Horrors in the seemingly most innocent and unlikely of places. Is a French historical novel by Victor Hugo, first published in 1862 and is considered one of the great novels of the 19th century. The original French musical premiered in Paris in 1980 and its English language adaptation on Broadway in 1986. The Richmond Marching Band brings you the I Dreamed a Dream, featuring trumpet soloist Junior Samantha Gall and Senior Callie Grabowski. Mamma Mia is a jukebox musical based on the songs of ABBA. Move with us to one of ABBA's great hits, Dancing Queen. Let's hear it one more time for the Richmond High School Marching Band. The bands are hosting a returnable bottle drive Saturday, September 14th. please consider donating the returnables to the band. In the meantime, cheer on the band in the Beach Festival Parade and the Good Old Days events. Good luck to the staff and students as they start their school year. Go Blue Devils!
Welcome back to our second half here. First half, all Blue Devils, 20-0, scoring 3 touchdowns, missing 1 extra point. Vershave hitting 2, missing 1 wide left. Touchdowns in the first half. Dabalier scampering in for 1. Brandon Shorman scored on a quarterback sneak behind a big-time push from his offensive line in front of him. And then Zach Shorman from his brother, Brandon Shorman, on a slant pass, caught it, put on his jets, and scored about a 60-yard touchdown pass. Been all Blue Devils. A little bit sloppy at times, Richmond, and leaving some points off the board. Marysville fortunate. Here's the kick by Vershave as we get underway. High end over end, caught at about the 4, maybe the 3. Bringing it up, running hard, still on his feet, still running, still going. The nice tough run there by number 28, taking it to the 30. About a 27-yard return. We've been talking about this all night. The story of the day has been what's going to be corrected in the film session, and right there what's going to be corrected in the film session is everybody's tackling way too high. Yes, a lot of arm tackles, not wrapping up and not hitting low. Keith Bartell, Scott Simmons, Jason Robbins on producer and camera. Tristan Dooley, also our camera crew tonight. Richmond TV 12 YouTube channel. Let's see what Marysville has. Meyer under center, wing right, inside trap.
Oh, there you go.
Sniffed out beautifully by the line, finished up by the linebackers.
That's Montanari.
Gracchiola.
Justin Schweiger, all the big fellas.
No gain, yard loss, 2nd and 11. But very first play from scrimmage from Marysville in their own territory. Fumble and loss of about 15. Loss of 15 turned into a turnover. Blue Devils. Schweiger caused the rush and the fumble and recovered it. Meyer, 15, under center. Backs to the left. Inside trap, pitch. Good pursuit.
Wesley Peters
getting up a little slow. Gain of about 7. It'll bring up 3rd and a long 3, a short 4. Zach Shorman also on the tackle. Big play for Marysville.
Big play here for Richmond. Get the ball back, go back down and score. Kind of set the tone for the second half. I got to believe Coker told his boys they got to come out as if it's 0-0.
Absolutely. 24 minutes, a lot of football.
Yes, it is.
Meyer under center. L formation left, wing right,
keeper.
Quarterback keeper. They stuffed it, absolutely.
That is Wesley Peters right there. 64, Luke Davis. A couple All-State wrestlers right there, holding the line pretty firm.
Gain of 1. Maybe 2. We'll call it 2. Bring up 4th and 1. Maybe a little less than 1. Looks like Marysville's going to go for it. Any chance of a comeback or getting put away happening now, be good momentum for the Blue Devils to stop them on the Marysville 40.
I wouldn't be surprised if they try and go on a long count, a hard count, try and pull Richmond off.
They're going to run out of time here. 1, 2.
They're going to get delayed game here.
They're going to have to call time. Yep.
Yep.
And you hate that. You know, your indecision, whether it's coming from the booth up top, your coaching staff, to your head coach down there, whether your head, I don't know if the head coach is up here, to his assistants down there, whatever, if that's where the indecision was. But the amount of time to get that play in, and you have to burn a timeout down 20-0 with 9:14 to go in the third. If you do have a comeback and you mount a comeback, that timeout is going to be crucial.
Yes.
For that indecision. And it's a rookie. I mean, it's a new staff. They're all new. You know, we don't know. Has this staff been together? Has it been piecemeal put together? Everybody in the program that was in it last year is not. So, you know, we don't know.
Right. Offense is back out on the field. Whatever your best play is right here for Marysville, you got to run it.
Yep. And I think you're right too, though. You're going to say don't jump off sides, be patient, you know, so on and so forth. So watch the ball. But sometimes, you know, you can draw your own offensive lineman out too. Quarterback sneak. He got it on the, yep. Initially, he was stopped. But, you know, you got to give Meyer credit there, though, because he didn't panic. He was stopped, but he didn't panic, and he waited and waited and waited. He cut right a little bit, and he kept his legs pumping and got that first down. 1st and 10 from their own, we'll call it 43. 8:58 to go. Keith Bartell, Scott Simmons, Jason Robbins, also on camera tonight, Tristan Dooley, rolling right, trying to set up a screen.
Great job by Wesley Peters. Great job. Inside out pursuit.
Yeah, Wesley Peters did a nice job. Coker really excited about that.
He's a sophomore.
Yes.
He's a sophomore.
You know, you have Luke Davis.
Senior.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's a senior. Man, that time goes by fast. I remember when he was on varsity as a freshman.
But McKernan down there, he's a junior, right?
Yep, both starting backers were sophomores. So 2nd and 11. After that play was sniffed out beautifully by Peters. Blue Devils in their 53 front. Myers rolling left. Oh. It was partially tipped.
Jake Ball. Got him.
Ball runs him down. Gain of maybe 1.5. Bring up 3rd and 10.
Jacob Ball.
7:44.
Gets it back to the original line of scrimmage, so it's going to make it 3rd and 10. 3rd and 9.
Much quicker third quarter than the first quarter.
Yes.
First quarter felt like it was forever.
You got 3rd and 10 here, right? I haven't seen Marysville really try and stretch the field at all. Kind of sideline to sideline screens. I don't know if they have a play that will stretch it down the field, but I got to look for one of those halfbacks to release down the middle of the field, try and catch Richmond sleeping.
Inside trap
down
fake.
The middle. Oh no, tight end leaked out.
Yep. Snuck out into the flats. Number 80 from Myers. Gain of about 12. Good for a first down in Blue Devil territory. I believe it's the first time Marysville's been in Blue Devil territory at 7:06 to go, 3rd.
Both those slot receivers ran streaks right down the middle of the field. Safeties turned their back and chased after him. The tight end leaked out right behind the linebacker. Nice gain, nice play.
So now we have wing right. Twins behind him, inside trap. Gain. Nice gain there. Gain of maybe 6. Bring up 2nd and 4. Again, you know, our linebackers are doing a nice job, but you want them to, one, hold them up, and the other one strip them a little bit. Giving up too many yards after contact.
Marysville done a nice job possessing the ball, using some clock. Kind of playing keep away right now, which is what you have to do if you're going to make this comeback.
Same formation, double tight, wing right, L formation, fake inside trap, buck sweep right, 18. There's coming back. We've got a hold on the play.
Looks like a block in the back right there. Hold.
Flag on the play, 15. Quarterback's got his hands on his head. Anytime you see that flag from that back judge throwing it in the middle where all the scrum is, usually going to be holding, and yes, it is. And that's going to be a spot foul.
It's going to remain about 2nd and 10, I think, by the time they're done walking that off. If the flag's in the right spot.
Yes, see where they, yep. Another penalty that backs up Marysville after they get a little something going. You're exactly right. It's going to be 2nd and 10 because of the spot of where it happened. They had a little drive going in the first half that they shot themselves in the foot. Clock will start here. Coming in a little different formation. We have flanker left. Fullback behind Meyer. Motion to the near side. Option.
Crack back block.
He's got space.
Nice tackle. Barlanucci came up. Couldn't wrap him up.
Didn't finish. Nice gain. About 21 yards.
Yeah.
Marysville have a little success here. Game plan is working. Some excellent halftime adjustments.
Justin Schreiger had to chase that play down, make the eventual tackle. And that's your lineman chasing 30 yards down the field to make that tackle.
Davenport coming out. I think we mentioned earlier he was getting sucked in. He's holding his hamstring a little bit, but he was getting sucked in and pushed down. You wonder, hope that's not a serious hamstring injuries. Those take a long time to come back from. Wing right, off tackle,
counter.
18, nice play. This is one of those things, if you're Coker and the Blue Devil staff, where you tell your kids, and again, there's 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, that 20-0, the game is not over. And Marysville going to come back and fight. They're not going to give up and roll over. A lot of pride and a lot of history and tradition on that other sideline. 2nd and 4 from the 15. Same formation, wing right. Meyer under center. Inside trap, fake. Gives it off tackle. That was meant to be run off tackle. The Blue Devils did a nice job forcing it outside for no gain.
Colton Stricker playing cornerback. Senior. Didn't get a lot of time last year as a junior. Nice to see him on the field. Stepped up, came upfield, made a play.
4 and 49. They score here, 2-score game. Lots of time, lots of football to be played.
This has got to be 4-down territory for them, right? Anything forward from Marysville is good here. They're probably 4th and 2 would be good for them.
Meyer under center, same formation, inside trap, fake quarterback, throwing
He's covered.
Number 8, did he hang on? Touchdown. Myers to 8. Smithfield. Smallfield. Nice play, good inside trap fake. The halfback buck sweep this way fake was good. Quarterback got depth. And the quarterback threw that in a good spot because the defense was good.
Yeah.
And he was covered. The ball was over the corner's head towards that back pylon where only the receiver could get it.
Yeah, really good play. Good defense. Can't do anything about that.
Meyer to hold. Number 4 to kick.
Evan Woodard.
Snap, down, kick is up. And it is good. Makes it Blue Devils 20, Vikings 7 with 4 and 24 to go. We have a ball game. Blue Devil offense needs to answer.
It's a lot of time to be on the field on defense.
Yes, it is. You hope that's not a sign of things to come. At the end of the third, beginning of the fourth, we have special guests. Wayne State quarterback Chase Churchill is going to come in. He's going to take my headset and talk with Coach Simmons here a little bit. And he's number 2 on the depth chart. And talk about his experience. And told his mother the other day when he starts, it's not if, when he starts.
That's right.
We will travel and watch him. And I know my son is a big fan, and he'll be begging me to go too. So looking forward to that road trip. Great time of the year. You know, we talked about Florida and Miami last week. 2 teams I don't particularly care for.
Right.
But just the game day and getting football kicked off. You got Michigan State tomorrow night. I know Chase's team's opening up soon. You got Michigan on Saturday. Next week, the 100th year of NFL football, high school football tonight. Marysville's kick.
This is returnable.
End over end. You got to catch that in the air. Ball's on the ground still. There's a scrum for it. We can't see. No signal.
The white hat pointed Richmond's favor.
Marysville did not recover. Richmond did recover, but so you got to catch that ball in the air.
Absolutely, come get it.
That's why you're there. You got to go up and get it. You know, if you're hesitant, you're not going to be back there long.
No.
Shorman bringing the team out.
Positive yards in this play. Need it. Cannot go backwards. Can't have a penalty.
Yeah, you catch that ball, you're going to be. You're at the 30 right now, and you almost lost it.
Right.
You lose that ball, they go and score. The big Mo is already against you here. Zach Shorman near side, Delore far side. Shorman.
Here comes Sweet right at us.
Handoff to Mitchell Dabalier. He is tackled for a loss of 3. These Vikings are fired up after halftime.
Loss on that play of about 3 yards.
It'll be 2nd and 13.
They're bringing everybody to the backfield. Again, that end is crashing down hard.
That's where you're going to have to do. You're going to have to stay with those plays, but you're going to have to pull it quick and do those quick ice or those quick looking passes or slants and burn them.
Yep.
So we have Zach near side, Griffin Delore far side, split backs.
There's
Sweep to
Jake Ball.
Jake Ball lowers his shoulder. Looks like he gained more than he did, but he stepped out of bounds.
Gets it up to about the 20-yard line. 21.
Gain of about 4. It's going to be 3rd and 9.
That play was blocked pretty well. Just ran out of room on the sideline there.
Yeah, that's one of those plays, and you know Coker's a heck of an offensive coordinator, and he does a great job getting his teams ready and exploiting the other team. But you even watch pro teams do that. You know, you run that into the short side of the field.
Sure.
You know, all coaches do it, and I always wonder why. But that's why I'm in the booth. Twins far side. There's that quick pass. Rushed it a little bit. Incomplete. 3 and 33 to go. Blue Devils 3 and out. And Marysville looking to get fairly good field position. The wind is at Ball's back, so we will see what kind of punt he can get going here. But
it'd be nice to see him boom one here.
So we got Ball back, and Marysville puts 2 back, and they're going deep. It's a good call. He knows he's got a boot, and the wind's at his back. He gets it up in the air. Good snap. Down, punt, high. Punt.
Wobbly kick. Yep, it hit his hands. Hit his hands. Oh, that changes the game completely.
Yes, it does. Absolutely. We talked about you got to catch it. You have to catch that. Marysville had momentum, and that's going to take away their momentum. You score on your opening drive of the half, and then you muff a punt, and then you don't fall on it. He tried to pick that up. You don't pick that up, you fall on it.
Right.
I know it's easier said than done, but you fall on it.
You know, first half, if you talk to the coaches, they're going to tell you we missed some opportunities, right? This is one of those opportunities. If you're Richmond, you have to come away with points.
Yes, you do.
You have to.
You got to switch the momentum. Coker, quick strike, corner, passes up.
Right away, touchdown. Oh, he ruled it incomplete.
Says it hits the ground. He's saying he had his hands under it, but he's not going to change his mind.
Incomplete. 2 and 10.
Ooh.
Well, we know it's quick turnaround there, and Coker's known to do a quick strike. I might try that again.
They keep giving us that one-on-one look on the outside. You know, I think Delore and Shorman both are a mismatch off the line of scrimmage. I'd throw it up there to him again.
Shorman with Davalier to his left, Twins to his right.
There's your keeper.
Fakes the end-off hand. That's going to be a hold on Davenport. They missed it.
They didn't call it. Hang on to the ball. They did not call that.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I did see it. Oh, man. Richmond got away with one there.
Yeah, he was hogged. That'll be corrected in the film room as well.
Absolutely.
3rd and 3.
16.
Yeah, it wasn't a pancake. He grabbed him, turned him, and jumped on him. Well, they say you can call holding on every play, whether it gets called or not.
Some of it is a little more blatant than others.
That was pretty blatant.
That was pretty blatant.
So here we go. Davalier near side.
Keith, if you're the coach right now, you got 2 plays ready to go for 4th down, or you just going to kick it?
I give it to Davalier right up the gut right here.
There you go. Touchdown. Post corner. Got him. Oh, he didn't throw it.
There's your makeup call on holding.
Quarterback got hit when he released it, too.
So now you're Marysville. It's 4th and 3, or it's 3rd and 13.
If I'm Marysville, I push Richmond back.
I do, too.
I know it'd be about a 37-yard field goal, but Richmond's shown they got a kicker who can make it. You can't really let them score.
Well, I think Richmond go for it here.
I do, too.
So I march them back.
Yep, I do, too.
Because you're taking them out of field goal range.
Holding penalty against the Blue Devils. Going to bring the ball back to the 30-yard line.
Yeah. That's a bigger penalty because that was a spot penalty then, because 3rd and 3, and that's about 10. That's about a 17-yard penalty.
It is. I think if you get the same look you had before, you still try that post corner to Delore at the top of the field.
Yeah, post corner.
One-on-one over there.
Yep, on 11 on him.
Yep.
Delore, they said, never played football, had some good hands.
But you got the slot receiver Snyder with one-on-one. Oh, they brought the safety over.
He came over.
Yep, got him. Got him. He threw it too far? No, he got him.
Shorman to Zach Shorman. There's going to be a flag.
Excessive celebration?
Yep.
Yeah.
You can't spend the ball like that.
No.
He better get chewed out, and I'm sure he will. Yeah, you can't do that.
Like that.
That's
just a dumb penalty.
Yep.
That goes back to our earlier comments in the game, kind of a look at me type thing.
Yeah, and the reason you can't do that is because you don't like it when other teams do it to you. Right. Act like you've been there before. Right. Barry Sanders.
Yep.
Hand it to the official. 100% class act. Mm-hmm. It's his 2nd touchdown today. No need to do that.
Probably feels like he got robbed on that first play earlier. I know he felt, at least his reaction looked like he really thought he caught the ball. Ref said hit the ground.
We all do, though, right?
Yeah. Probably a little fired up over that missed call in his mind.
Knowing his dad, who played for Central and holds a few records for Central still, Iron Mountain ball player, and I'm sure he's going to talk to him about his displeasure in that. There's no need for that.
Sure.
Also, I know there's some college scouts here, tonight for schools and stuff. They're not going to like that either.
No.
Because like we said, the name on the front's more important than the name on the back.
Every time.
Don't bring attention. Your catch, you're running your route. Let that do your talking. For shave, kick, down, up, held by Zach. It is good, making it Blue Devils 27, Marysville 7.
I could be wrong, Keith, but that's the second turnover Marysville's had today, right? They fumbled on their first possession.
Yes.
Was there any other turnovers?
Well, and then the interception, but it was at the end of the half.
At the end, yeah. But when it
mattered,
Richmond has turned both turnovers into points.
So, Richmond TV 12 YouTube channel, come check us out. All Richmond local events produced by Jason Robbins, excellent producer. He's on camera tonight with Tristan Dooley. I'm Keith Bartels, joined with Scott Simmons, our special guest at 2:09 within the third. Chase Churchill, Wayne State quarterback, holds all kinds of Richmond records. He's going to join Coach Simmons here for a few minutes.
Chase, how you doing? Welcome to the booth.
Thank you.
Good to see you, young man.
First time up here. It's been a while.
Yeah. I imagine the view's a little different up here than down in the field, right?
Yeah, it's been. I don't think I've ever watched a game from up here, so it's quite an experience up here.
Great. A little more nerve-wracking up here or down there?
Down there for sure.
Right?
You're right next to it. You can see all the calls happening and hear what the refs are talking about, hear what the players are trying to say, coaches are trying to scheme up. But you know, it's all football. I mean, it's football season finally. It's the greatest time of the year. So
this really is one of the best times of the year. High school football, full swing. Playoff baseball is almost here.
Almost.
College football starts this weekend, and NFL football the weekend after.
There's games even tomorrow for college football.
You can go home tonight and watch them on ESPN.
Exactly.
You know, that penalty is going to turn out huge. Look at this.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, what Mr. Bartels is reaching out. Like, you got to act like you've been there. Like, I remember times where, like, we played when I was playing with Anthony Sabano, and he'd think about it, but then he realized there's always people out there watching because, like, Zach doesn't know if he's being looked at by college coaches right now. And the minute they see anything like that, they're like, maybe he's like that all the time, or maybe it's just a one-time thing. So you really can't take that chance. And it paid out for him. Instead of them being on the 30, they're now on the plus 44. So that's a huge.
Yeah. Good thing there is we took a little time off the clock.
And
give
we
our
scored.
line
And
scored.
Because that's the thing with Marysville. They're a big second half team, and the minute they get fire up in them, then there's no stopping them. So it's huge.
Our line needed a little bit of rest.
Oh, for sure. Pitch to 20.
Gotta stay wide, stay wide, stay wide.
Way to cut it up, though. I mean,
5 yards. 5 yards on that carry. 6 yards, maybe.
And that's the huge thing about that score, too. Marysville's offense isn't built to score and quick, built to score quickly. They're built to pound you, and then maybe do the play action, which they scored on. And I thought it was a great ball by their quarterback. I mean, throwing it up to him, giving him the chance. It's second down. Worst that happens is that you incomplete and you're down third down. No clock stops.
Sure.
So
no. So what input on the sideline does Coker have on defense, if any? When you're down there, does he ever talk to those guys or not?
He has a little. Whenever I played, I know he was definitely the secondary coach, just about technique and everything. Okay. And him and Coach Shorman do a great job of like giving up the defense secondary up. So it's great stuff by is that Danny McKernan?
That's Danny McKernan.
Yeah, Danny McKernan.
That is one strong kid right there.
That's one big roadblock for the line trying to put it out of the way. But no, like Coker has a big say, like try to do coverages and stuff. And if they line up in trips, this is who has to carry over and everything. And that's one thing I can say from like playing now college football to coming back and watching high school. Like you know so much more. So like like. The basic cover for in high school is everyone has a quarter of the field, but in college you get there, it's like, oh, this man over here, you have someone guarding the hook curl here. So, you know, it's all about college football and football in general. It's just changing nowadays.
Sure. Oh, yeah, the higher you go up.
So 3rd and 3. This is huge if the Blue Devils can stop them.
Up the middle. Inside trap worked fine.
O-lineman gave him a little bit of carry there. Ball's about the 30. Like we were saying, though, that score for Richmond's huge. And I mean, the penalty definitely hurt them on the kickoff, but now you're up 20. Yeah. So that's huge. And you're going to force Marysville to take some risk on defense, take some risk on offense, and just if you're Richmond defense right now, you're Coach Armega, you just want to say keep the ball in front of you. You don't want to have quick scores, which puts more time on the clock for them to have the chance to come back and win.
Yeah, I see.
Fake, swing, buck sweep right. He's got blockers in front of him. Cuts it up nicely. Stays on his feet. Nice hit. Who's that? Noah.
Warren cuts it
That's
back.
awesome.
Montanari chased that down from the
The
inside.
opposite side, yeah, that was huge.
By McKernan down there.
Peters chased that down.
That's crazy too, just looking back and seeing all the starters. We
Yeah.
have Danny McKernan, who's also, I think is he a sophomore or a freshman this year?
He's a junior this year.
That's huge. And then Kevin McKernan is, I think, a sophomore.
Sophomore,
And
correct.
then so you have 2 sophomores at linebacker, which is a key position on defense. They're your quarterbacks of the defense, and so, you know, just going back and just knowing that they have youth there, but yet they're so experienced as sophomores is huge for them.
Yeah, for sure. So end of the third quarter, Richmond's got the lead, 27-7. Marysville's got the ball. Move it again. They're gaining 5-6 yards of carry. So
And that's what they're built for. So if Richmond comes up with the stop here and they score, I think it's pretty much game over. But if they score here, Coker and Brandon Shorman, especially Brandon, has to keep his calm. Just know that you just got to keep on. First downs are your best friends.
Right.
The clock is your best friend right now too. You're letting the clock move and winding down. And like we said earlier, Marysville's offense is not the spread offense we see nowadays. They're run down your throat and then we'll throw a play action at you here and there. So I stop for Richmond's defense huge right now.
Nothing else, make them take some time off the
Exactly.
clock
Let them keep
before
running.
they score.
Yeah, just let them keep running. If they want to run the ball, let them.
Sure.
Just minimize it. If you want, let them go to third downs. That's about 30 seconds every play, basically.
Sure.
So like you're saying, it's first down right now. So 3 plays now. It'd be a little bit under 11 minutes. So
It's easy as the line gets tired for those guys to lose a little bit of discipline. They start standing up a little bit, peeking for
not
that
reading
ball.
their keys and everything.
They got to stay
huge,
low.
especially in this offense, and that's what kills a lot of teams. Like they just say, "Oh, here's where the runner's going. Let's go follow the ball,"
Yes.
or what they think is the ball.
Yeah, inside. There he goes inside that trap
That's
right
huge.
there.
That's their go-to play. That's a first down. Who is that? Number
18, Ben Warren. Man, I bet you he got 5-6 yards before he ever got touched.
Oh my God,
And that's
yeah.
hard to do down the middle of the field.
Especially like amongst all those big behemoths they
Richmond's
got.
line is big.
Huge, even on both sides of the ball, offense and defensively. So that's huge for Marysville if they want to keep in this game.
But they're getting pushed around a little bit right now. Could be fatigue, could be discipline, who knows? But right now, Marysville's doing what they want.
Exactly, they're just taking what they're given.
Thank goodness Richmond, you got 20-point lead because
Inside handoff to 20. Pushing the pile. I think he's going to be just short. Yep, around the 3-4 yard line.
3.5 yard line, right? That's gonna be second and goal from there, right?
Yes, sir. And see, here's the thing: if I'm Coach Armega, I'm bringing the house inside. Let them beat us on the outside.
Correct.
We have the speed, we have the athleticism to get outside of it with them and beat their blockage to the ball. I don't see who's down.
I did not see it either. Blue Devil down.
I think
I didn't catch a number.
it is.
No, they're not. We don't have replay up here, so can't tell. Have to wait till they stand up.
Seems to be grabbing his ankle right now. 11-17 left in the go.
Big play in this game came late in the third quarter. Marysville had just scored, had stopped Richmond deep in our own zone. Richmond's Jake Ball punted. It was muffed. Ball bounded another 10, 15 yards towards the Marysville end line.
And then
And
we
Richmond-
hop on the ball,
yeah,
and that's
Richmond
huge.
hops
Like
on it.
special teams are a big deal, and like everyone
Yeah.
undermines it and everything.
Yep.
The down player, I think, is 69, so that would be
I think we have a
68.
68, Wesley Peters.
Wesley Peters, that's huge.
Yeah.
I think he just sprained his, twisted his ankle up a little bit.
He's walking under his own power. Doesn't need help.
Yeah, but he's a wrestler. That's what
That's
what
right.
Coach Day
Those guys are
instills
tough.
in them. Exactly.
They'll remind him.
If it's broken, you're playing.
Here we go, 11-17 to go. Rich second goal from
Second
three.
goal from the 3. That's huge. Clock keeps running too, which isn't good for if you're Marysville. You want to score quickly here inside 18. I think he's in.
No, he got
he's
pushed
short.
back. What a great stand there.
That's awesome.
You're
It's on
right.
That Connor. No.
I think that looks like Justin
Schwager.
Schwager. Yeah, Schwager.
60.
Is there a 62 or a 52 on Richmond's team there?
Jordan Henley.
Yeah. 52, Jordan Henley, maybe?
Or it was 53. It's one of the two. But whoever stops it with Schwager, that was huge.
Yeah, you take 30 seconds more off the clock. And I think you're right. Richmond's got to bring the house up the middle. Kind of sell out.
Just sell out.
Make
If you're
stop.
going to score, beat us outside. You know what I
agree.
mean? You're on the goal line, so you know Marysville's strength is inside football, inside the guards and tackles in there. So if you force them to go outside, you have the speed. And Ball, who's on playing outside backer right now. See, they're stuff in the box right now. They're just going gap to
Fumble,
gap.
fumble, fumble.
Who got? Richmond has
See,
it.
they did just by shooting the gaps. Oh my goodness!
Richmond's
Oh,
ball, Luke Davis
what a great
recovered.
defensive play. I don't know who got the penetration there. It might have been number 51 McKernan who stuck his nose in there right away, but
That's huge.
that is a huge turnover.
But
If you're
now
Marysville.
if you're Brandon Shorman, you got to be careful with the ball. You're at
You
your own
do.
5-yard line, 3-yard line, wherever yard line you're at, and you
Yeah.
just got to make sure that, worst case, you take a safety. That
Yeah.
means 2 points. You don't want to throw an ill-advised pass that leads to an interception the other way.
So we first become Blue Devils with a ball spotted at their.
I see Montanari's in the backfield. We haven't seen much of Montanari tonight. This might be a time where you kind of, hey, we're going to pound it at him
Exactly.
right now.
Just give the ball inside, let them run.
Battering ram type situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the good thing having 2 backs with
Yeah.
Dabalier, the speedster out
Yep.
there, and having your
Yeah.
semi-truck and Montanari. That's huge. You don't know what the defense is throwing at you. Noah has the speed once he gets outside to get away from people too.
So they're all three are in the backfield right now. Kind of a wing tee. We haven't seen that.
wow.
Here we go.
Is
Here
this
comes
Richmond football?
inside.
That's a good run.
Yep. That's Montanari right there
About
off the
4-yard
left side.
gain.
Yep.
And see, if
Yeah,
you're
he's
Coach
gonna-
Coker, you'll live with that. You know what I mean?
Correct.
4 yards every 3 plays at the first down, and you're taking time off
Sure.
the clock. He's probably telling Shorman to take his time, just don't get delayed games or stops the clock. So, Coach Coker for sure knows what he's doing, and he has faith in Brandon to make the right decisions, and that's all you need right now. They're probably just going to go heavy wing T-sub, which I don't think I've ever seen out of a Richmond football team. But, hey, when the time comes, you need it.
They're doing it again. And the play clock now is a 40-second play clock, similar to what you see in college. So you have a little more time.
Oh,
Fumble.
snap. Oh,
he
Brandon,
stepped down.
Brandon recovered.
He had his
See,
knee
and
down
you'll
when he
take
picked
that,
it up.
and you'll take that.
You know what?
I mean?
Clock's running, right.
Exactly. Worst case scenario right there, you didn't want to have Marysville. You
Can't turn it
just
over.
jump on the ball. Worst case scenario, okay, so what? It's 3rd down and 6, 3rd down and 7.
Mm-hmm.
You'll take the fumble, you take the loss of down, but yet it's 9:20 left to go in the game, and they're down 3 scores. So
Correct.
that's huge.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see, knowing that Jake Ball has a boot, and yeah, the wind's going against him now, but
Yeah.
I take a shot. I
agree. You got a good punter.
You got a good punter, and then you see that Zach Shorman's
Yes.
abusing him outside, but they're staying in that wing T formation.
They are.
I don't know if they have any play action out of this, but
Maybe a back out of the backfield or
Yeah.
a tight end. Nope.
giving the
running
ball to
again.
Dabalier.
There he goes. He made
He's
the
gone.
corner. There's your speed right there.
Oh,
He fumbled out of bounds.
See, and if
Oh,
you're
that is
Dabalier,
lucky. Yeah.
as he gets older, you want to tell him stay in bounds. As
Exactly.
the season goes on, stay in bounds. You don't care if you lose the ball.
Right.
Let the ball go out of bounds, but you want to keep your body in bounds. Yeah, the clock stops when you get the first down, but the minute the ref blows his whistle, clock keeps rolling.
Correct. Now the clock won't stop until they snap the ball.
Exactly.
But you got a little breathing room now. Now you're out past the 20.
Now I take chances.
You do?
I mean, I wouldn't say take chances, but I know that I have 2 good receivers in Griffin DeLore and Zach Shorman, and they're playing inside leverage. They're saying, hey, throw the ball outside.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that Richmond football does well, especially in my years playing here. Brandon has the last 2 years, throwing the ball outside. Let them defend it.
I think Montanari gets the ball and pounds it up the middle.
Good call.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, it's a 2-yard game, but hey, or
Clock
1-yard
runs.
game. Clock going.
Clock finally started there.
So you have about 8.5 minutes left to go in the game.
You're gonna get another play in here right around the 8-minute mark. So, like you said, clock is your friend.
Just don't be dumb. Don't fumble it.
Right, 2 hands.
And if you're going to fumble it, just fall on it. Don't try to do what Marysville did on the pump and try to scoop it up.
Fall
At
on
Wayne, we call that a city ball where there's a lot of people around. You just want to fall down on it.
Yes.
If it's a country ball and you know you got a lot of space, that's when you want to try to scoop it up and go.
Got it.
But since there was people all around, and Brandon did the smart thing. He just said, you know what, I'll take the loss down. I'll jump on
Yeah.
it. If I get hit, it's a penalty if I get hit late. So
Same thing. Montanari, pound up the middle. What do you think?
I think outside.
There you
Oh, yeah.
go. Ooh.
55 is the last 2 plays have been stuffing Richmond's offense right now.
Sam Lasher.
Yeah, he's doing a great
Yeah,
job. of
really
just
good job.
reading his keys. And is that him?
Oh,
No, I bet you.
As we talk about him, he has to come out.
So now Coker's sending in the 2 receivers you called for. So I bet you we're gonna take a shot here.
I take one.
Snyder is limping.
You're up
again.
by 3 scores. Worst case, you incomplete it. You got to punt it from the 26-yard line, 25-yard line. You know what I'm saying? Just let them beat you.
Yep.
Don't let you beat yourself. If you're Zach, if you're Brandon Shorman right now, you want to. I'm telling myself, if I'm gonna throw an incompletion, I'm throwing it past him and not in front. I'm letting it go out of bounds and overthrow him rather than underthrow him and have a chance for Marysville to intercept it and have a return back.
Richmond's looking at delayed game here. Nope. Richmond calls timeout.
Oh,
So with
Lord.
7:13 left in the 4th quarter, hanging on to a 27-7 lead, faced with 3rd and 9.
I like I said,
You're throwing the ball.
They have to.
Okay.
I honestly, I know Coach Coker pretty well.
Sure.
And I know I'm telling him if I'm the quarterback, let's take a chance. We score, we're up 3-4 scores.
Keith and I were talking earlier. When we're in that formation and we have our wide split, the receiver split, Marysville's basically guarding them one-on-one.
Exactly. You're
So
playing
as
man.
a quarterback, do you look back and make your decision before, or
I knew
you
whenever
wait for
I
the
played,
play?
I knew if anytime I saw Anthony Tabano one-on-one,
You're going to him.
I'm going to him. I don't care the route. I don't care the distance of the route. I don't care the distance to go. Anthony, if I knew that Anthony Tabano, or in this case Zach Shorman and Griffin Delore, is better than the dude who's covering him,
Sure.
give him a chance.
Yeah, for sure.
Give him a chance.
Well, I think you're going to get that same coverage. So that safety at times will roll over. So they're rolling over to Sherman's side.
Yeah,
so
but
down here we got Griffin Delore
one-on-one.
one-on-one.
They're going to try to apex. I think that's Barlamucci with the backer.
Barlamucci in the
They're
slot.
playing too high now.
So
like I said, I'm going.
Griffin. There he is,
Roll out.
Griffin. Nope. Oh, missed him.
See, and if you're Brandon, you rather complete that and incomplete it because now clock stops 7 minutes.
Yep.
Now you don't know what can happen on punt. And Levi snap over the head, muff punt. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many factors. You complete that ball, clock keeps rolling, and then you got to force Marysville to play big, go big or go home. Like you're playing cards right now. You're going to bet all in and just say, here you go. We're throwing the ball. Stop us.
I still believe Jake Ball's a good punter.
Oh,
Coach Coker knows what he has in him. So
Yeah.
right here, just good snap, get rid of the ball quick.
Exactly. Don't take your time back there.
Nope.
And if I was Jake, I'd try to kick it short and let the ball roll.
Yeah.
Because by kicking it to Marysville, you're letting them have the chance to
Good
return
snap.
it. Good snap.
There you go.
And you're okay with that kick.
Away,
It's
kicked
poison.
out of bounds. Fine.
You're okay.
Eh.
Yeah, it's at the 47. But you know what? Marysville's offense, 47 yards is a long way to the end zone. So
Correct.
I wouldn't. And now they're exactly 7 minutes on the clock, and you need 3 scores. If they score here, you're for sure going to see onside kick. Try to
Sure.
recover the ball. So I mean, it's just like you said earlier. Like, I mean, coming back here and coming from Wayne State and playing quarterback there and just knowing so much more about football. Because like when I first got there, I thought I knew everything. I thought I knew routes. I thought I knew concepts, and then defenses. And then coming back and now knowing all the stuff I know now, it's like, okay, this is what I do here, and this is what I do here. So
They're
Marysville
in
is
that
staying
tight formation.
fake
Wide.
outside, 18. He's a good little running back.
They kept him in bounds though.
That's huge.
Kept him in bounds.
And that's the thing too. If you're a coach or maybe you're telling your players keep them in bounds.
Turn him in. Turn
Exactly.
everybody in.
If you're playing corner, play outside and let them run to you, and then you just tackle them coming towards back to the play.
All game long, I thought the interior linebackers have been working real well, working inside out, chasing the play down. So pursuit-wise, been really decent.
Rebecca, that wing T formation that they are so very known for. Play
There's the
action.
pass.
Good
There he is
ball.
again. Jake Ball chases them down. That's 80 again.
He made the touchdown catch, didn't he?
He did.
But not until he gets it down inside the 32.
Yeah.
Nathan Parent,
yeah.
That's a big kid too.
You know, that's a little dose of what Richmond gave Marysville early in the game. They were chasing Snyder in the slot. Snyder dragged across the middle of the field, one-on-one with a linebacker. You can't cover that.
No.
Same thing, Jake Ball is trying to chase that tight end across the field, and that's a long time to cover a guy.
No, exactly. And if you're Richmond, you're just happy the ball is kept in bounds.
Yeah.
6 minutes left to go in the game. You're up by 3 scores. You know, just play smart. Don't play dumb.
Yep. Another pass play. McKernan had him.
Good job.
Nice job by
Davenport.
Davenport.
Austin, that's huge too.
Ooh. That guy got sandwiched between 2 pretty big boys.
And that is not good feeling.
Well, it was McKernan who got up the hole in the middle.
Yeah, I mean,
Disrupted the whole pass play.
but that played a huge part too, because that got the QB off his reads, off his passing routes, knowing, oh, I'm going to go here, and then, oh, wait, got a big old dude coming in my face.
Dan McKernan running at me would disrupt everything I'm doing too.
Hey, you know what are you going to do? You mean, it was smart by Hudson to clean it up the mess, and that's huge. I mean, now we're a little bit over 5 minutes, let me say.
Yeah.
And now now they're going to the gun. Now they know, hey, it's desperation time. We got to throw the ball.
Sure.
Now if you're Richmond, you just play back. Keep everything in front of you.
This is a dream for the nice play by who's down. See Cracchiolo read that backer coming out in the flat.
That's awesome.
Yeah, really nice job. Took it away. Because I think that was intended to be maybe a short,
flare.
a flare, yeah.
Route.
Luke Davis checks in for McKernan. Danny's worked hard today. I'm sure he needs a rest.
Oh my God, he's been working ever since I got here. So, yeah, if you're the D lineman, you just want to keep him fresh. You don't care.
Oh, off tackle, keep him in play. Nice job. So that was third down and about 13.
Now if you're Marysville, you want to start using timeouts probably.
Yeah. Well,
or just
official timeout.
Tying the shoe.
Tying shoes.
That's a timeout
That's convenient.
for you. Get the play in now, so when you snap the ball, you got some time left on the clock.
Yep.
Fourth down at about 4.
All right, well, it was nice talking to you.
Thanks for stopping in. Good luck this season.
Yes, sir. Go Blue Devils.
Thanks, Chase. Always a pleasure. I'm back. Keith Bartell, Scott Simmons. That was Chase Churchill. Jason Robbins producing on camera. Tristan Dooley also on camera. Check us out on Richmond TV 12 YouTube for all Richmond events. Comcast Channel 6 Tuesday nights at 6.
What a good conversation. Good kid. It was good catching up with him. Wish him all the luck this year.
Did they mention when do they open?
I didn't ask him. Did not ask him. We'll find out real quick.
Chase, when do you open? They open up a week from today. You know, he's hard-working, red shirt freshman. I don't know how it works, but he's got 4 years of eligibility.
He does, yes.
They redshirted him last year.
Yeah.
He's a sophomore, but
got 4 years left of eligibility.
4 years left, and he's number 2 on the depth chart. And that's, you never want injury, but you're one.
Correct.
You're an ankle injury,
Sure.
Concussion, anything.
Wally Pipp.
Next man up. Yep.
Marysville's going to punch it in here, but Richmond did all right. Yes, they did. They did punch it in.
They did punch it in with 3:06 to go in the fourth. Blue Devils 27, Marysville 13, pending the extra point here, and I'm assuming we're going to see an onside kick. That's Marysville. We knew they weren't going to quit.
Right.
New system, saw a lot of mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Turnovers. Too many turnovers, sloppiness, some wasted timeouts. It's hard to tell, with the MAC. This is a good win for the BWAC, beating Marysville, traditional power in their conference. Are they going to get the 6 wins? If they don't clean it up, I don't think so.
Right.
It all depends if they can clean it up and become more efficient. I do see some. Kick is down and good, so it's 27-14. I do see some talent on that side. Mm-hmm. They have a lot of kids with helmets on.
They made some good adjustments at halftime here. They really came out and kind of punched Richmond in the face a little bit. Walked right down the field, controlled the ball, put the ball in the end zone.
You take that muffed punt.
Right.
They don't muff that punt. You take that 7 off. You could be looking at a 20-14 game right now.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Because the Blue Devils, it was 20 to nothing at halftime. They only scored 7.
Right.
And they had a short field. They had, 20 yards to score.
Correct.
Haven't really moved the ball much. The second half, they're winning 14-7.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a lot to build on. Will they get to 6? I don't know. But, this is a pretty good Blue Devil team, though. Offense and defensive line, they're big, they're strong, they're athletic. So this might be their toughest game on their schedule.
Might be.
The Blue Devils have some tough ones coming up.
They do.
I'm not sure if we end with Frankenmuth again. They're always tough. Croslex is going to be tough. You never know what you're going to get there.
Elmont
will be tough.
You got Ortonville Brandon at the very end of the season.
Okay, so then instead of Frankenmuth?
Yep.
Oh, we had Frankenmuth in the playoffs.
Correct.
Videlsey last year at the end.
There's your hands team right there. Wide receiver picking that one up.
And that onside kick was picked off by Brandon Shorman right there at about the 50-yard line. Got it back to about the 42, 43.
So,
one first down gets it done here, I think.
No more Videlsey. So then Ortonville, that is because they're Division II.
They're a big
Division
school.
I.
10-win team from last season.
Yeah, so that's going to be a tough one. But it's good to get one here. I think that of these two teams here, we might be Marysville's toughest opponent all year. I'm not sure they're going to be our toughest opponent.
Right.
But knowing Coker and the staff, they will get better. They are technicians. I was impressed with our lateral movement, our side to side, our team speed, stringing things out. That one play, we said our linebackers were slow to get to the hole. That hasn't been the case for most of the night, stringing things out, and a lot of Marysville plays were for losses. This win, I do think, puts the BWAC on notice. It's not a rebuilding year because we did lose some talent from last year's team.
Right.
But we were young too, and those are all the guys that are on that line, offensively and defensively, were starters last year and they're starters this year. So some good experience. Shorman gives it to, that's Montanari. Montanari, he is deceptively fast, and it's a touchdown. You know, he's fast. When he was in junior high, and I don't know if he ran track in high school or not, but he was a sprinter. You know, Coach Hamlin had him for track, and he's fast. And he, like we were talking about him earlier, you know, 189, 215-pound wrestler. You know, running into him and Gracchiola, you're going to be on the short end of that in most cases. And him running that one off tackle just gives all the other teams that are here scouting one more thing to think about. You know, how come they haven't, you know, run him or whatever, and then they do run him and he gets that. And you got the new kid Snyder, you got Davalier, who's hard-nosed kid. You got Delore and Shorman, receivers. Shorman coming back as a senior. It's good. There is a flag. It's going to be roughing the kicker.
Yep.
Be a 15-yard added on to the kickoff.
So it is Richmond 34, Marysville 14.
Well, it'll be interesting next week when we get back to school and talking to the coaches, find out the injury report, who's nicked up, how did we come out of the game. Because there was a couple guys limping off here at times. Saw Schneider, a little gimpy. Davenport, a little gimpy. We had that big collision. Yep, Pierce.
And you see him still gimping a little bit on the sidelines. You hope it's nothing with the knee.
Right. Cracchiolo and Schweiger ran into each other. They were both limping. Obviously played the whole second half, but.
You know, we didn't talk much about this either. You know, we get Sean Misko was one of the superheroes of that 2003 fall of 2003. He's the class of 2004. He rushed against Marine City on this very field, heading northbound from the 10-yard line. He ran a 90-yard touchdown against Marine City. He's walking through the booth right now. He's got him on staff, and I never seen Buzz Schmidt so happy in my life. He announced it, and I'll tell you right now, Sean, was a outside linebacker, defensive end, and a fullback, and he carried a load a lot that year, and he outran everybody in that field. And I never seen a kid run so fast. Who wasn't fast? He's not fast. He wasn't a fast kid, but man, did he get his jets moving and went on to play college football in Pennsylvania, and then ended up transferring to Olivet. Played football at Olivet as well, and went into teaching. Went down to South Carolina, taught for quite a few years down there. Came up here, got a job on the west side. Moved back over this way last year from New Haven. He was coach in New Haven head coach. And we had the right opportunity and right fit for him to join our staff this year, middle school PE, and helping with the defensive coordinator. He's a great addition to the staff. Also somebody for the kids to look up to.
For sure.
And has ties to town. He's from here. He's a Blue Devil, and wants to give back to all those that helped him along his path. But again, that 90-yard touchdown, and it's right how we're looking at it. We're looking at the scoreboard right now. It was from that 10-yard line all the way north that put that Marine City game out of reach. Played Yale the week before. He split his eye open, got it stitched at halftime. And then we beat Yale and then beat Marine City first time in forever, got over that hump, met a very good Clintondale team in the quarterfinals a week later, beat them here on this field, and then made it to the semis and lost a respectable game to DeWitt. And DeWitt ended up losing in the finals to Three Rivers. I think that we were a better matchup for Three Rivers. I think we could have beaten Three Rivers, but not DeWitt. It was a bad matchup. But it is what it is, and it's all drawing. But I think the whole town was up there, and the stadium up there, and Memorial Stadium up there in Port Huron.
Yeah.
It was a great scene. You had Sean Misko, Ian Tonelli on that team. The other big one was Brian Gabowski. He ended up playing all 4 years at Findlay, starting center his freshman year. Was an absolute stud. Both of them, as good as they are, though, there's probably a flag on that. Yep, hit them a little bit out of bounds. Both of them, though, as good as they were, they had Big Ten or Division I football hearts.
Yeah.
But they're probably a little bit too, as good as they were,
a
little bit too small. I'll never forget the Purdue scout from the area comes in and they really liked Brian Gabowski. And they said if he was 2 or 3 inches bigger, we'd sign him. It's
at their own 40-yard line.
That's the name of the game, though.
Yes, it is.
That's how it goes.
Just like that kid up at Port Huron that just signed with Michigan.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a beast. I'm looking forward to seeing him play basketball this year because I guess you see his athleticism on a basketball court. Myers' pass is deep and caught by 8. Touchdown saving tackle by 4. Is that Bernil?
Brennan Bernil, yeah.
Brennan Bernil saves a touchdown. This is the one thing I really like about Coach Jarmega and Shorman and Coker, and they get a lot of their players time.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about kids last year that didn't get a ton of time, but they're stepping up this year, next man up next year.
Correct.
Tradition never graduates. And, like Bernil and some of these other kids that are in here now getting great game experience.
Got the quarterback. Got him.
Meyer ran into his old man. Too many arm tackles. There's 2 flags coming in late. Was it holding or face mask? I couldn't see.
They threw it right at the point of the tackle.
Wait to see what it is. 119. Looks like Marysville's backing up. Maybe not. It's going to be against the Blue Devils. It's going to be face mask, yep.
Face mask
5 yards. He's yelling a number right now.
Half the distance to the goal, so it's spotted right there at about the 2.5.
It's only a 5-yarder, though, because he didn't do the personal foul.
Yeah, they're inside the 5 anyways. I think half the distance of the goal ended up being about a 1-yard penalty.
Yeah. Clock running. Off tackle outside to number 20. He's not a bad-looking back.
No, Hunter Fight.
Yep, he's a senior. Myers, the quarterback's just a junior, but Fight there, not bad. I've been most impressed with is 28. What year is 28? And his name. He's had some great kickoff
Marcus, a junior.
A junior. He's been tough to tackle.
Mm-hmm.
And part of that, though, is the Blue Devils tackling high.
Sure.
Instead of wrapping up and hitting low. With that touchdown, pending the extra point, it is up and it is good. Blue Devils 34, Marysville 21. It's going to end up being, barring any scores here in the next 110, the Blue Devils will be content with running out the clock. Right. It's going to be a 13-point victory. I believe a little bit closer than the game actually is.
Marysville had a chance to make this a serious ball game. Like you said, one muff punt in the middle. And you don't want to say one play, meant the whole game, but definitely changed the way, the momentum.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a tale of two halves. I mean, Marysville very flat in that first half.
Right.
Lots of mistakes, turnovers. And then this second half, I mean, they're really winning, 21-14, which I know Coker and Jarmega and those guys will use that as a motivator. Yeah, we won, but we lost that second half, and we got to finish games.
Yeah. Could have put this game away real early.
See if that ball goes out of bounds or stays in bounds. It stays in. Snyder grabs it
Snyder picks it up
and falls right on it, which is what you want in that situation. You don't need anything special or spectacular. You just want ball control. Now, barring any turnover here, that
I think you just notify the officials you're taking a knee.
Looks like the ball is going to be spotted around that 10-yard
this is
line.
one of those situations where you tell your quarterback,
First and 10 at the 10.
I don't expect Marysville to do anything cheap here, but this is where you tell your quarterback, take 4 or 5 steps back, then get down to a knee. Don't do it right away, because you don't want to get caught up in any type of scrum.
Right.
And twist an ankle, twist a knee, take the ball and get back.
Maybe we do have to run one play.
He runs it inside. Clock will tick with a minute to go.
Gets it up to about the 11, 12-yard line.
Under a minute. Richmond TV 12 YouTube channel. Check us out for all our Richmond local events produced by Jason Robbins. He does an excellent job. Keith Bartels, Scott Simmons, and Tristan Dooley on camera tonight. Check us out also on Comcast Channel 6, Tuesday nights at 6. We will be back next week for the Blue Water Area Conference home opener. This was the season opener and home opener all in one shot. Next week we start the Blue Water Area Conference schedule. Hand off to Montanari, and Marysville knows that was that Davalier. Timeout here by Marysville, so they're going to try to extend the game. 14 seconds left, down 13. They need a bigger miracle than trouble with a snap in Ann Arbor a few years ago.
Right. Very good.
Or what was the Auburn, Alabama one?
The kick six.
Saban trying to get that field goal, and he runs it all the way back. But I'm going to tell you right now, watch the replay. There were two, and I don't like Alabama. I don't care who wins. I don't have a horse in a race. But there were two blatant blocks in the back that were not called. And how you missed it, I don't know. But it is what it is.
That has to be Marysville's last time out.
If we take a knee here, it definitely will be. Shorman under center. Quarterback sneaks it forward.
Yeah, like you said, rather see him go backwards than dive in amongst those guys.
No, and they do have a timeout,
One more
so
left.
that's got to be it now with 8 seconds to go.
Timeout on the field. Marysville.
Just gonna punt the ball away.
Yeah, throw a fade route, score here. No, I'm kidding.
Right.
You're up 13, but it's like,
Yeah.
I understand what the coach is doing from Marysville. I mean, the game's over, and people are going to be like, well, why? Well, this is their first game as a coaching staff. This is their first game with this group. So the longer and the more experience they get under the lights in this type of situation, calling another play, another opportunity, they're going to use it as teachable moments. So it's not, anything unsportsmanlike.
No.
And Richmond here's got a punt.
Yeah, and we punt. They get to run another punt return.
Yeah, and they might get another play if it's quick. Fair catch.
Yep. You still got to coach the kids.
Yep, you do. And Ball is not a rugby-style kicker, so you're not going to be able to run out 8 seconds. He is the backup quarterback, though, and he's a good quarterback.
Well, we're in the shotgun here.
And this is where it's going to be shotgun punt, like you did earlier.
We did take a safety.
Took a safety.
And the game is over.
Well, I guess the safety in that situation is better than returning 6 yards or, returning one for a touchdown.
Correct.
That makes the score look even closer. 11-point victory instead of a 13-point victory. But whether it's 1 point, 30 points, 13 points, it's a W. And you see it here. This is always an excellent part of high school sports and sports in general is the handshake after. You just battled for 4 quarters and showing nothing but respect. And without an opponent, there isn't a game. So you have to respect your opponent. And both teams respected them here, and you can see them slapping each other on the helmets and the backs, and a lot of mutual respect between two programs that have had a lot of success. Marysville quite a few years ago, Richmond in the recent last 2 decades. It was a fun night, a fun opener. We will be back next Friday night. It's good old days.
Looking forward to it. Big weekend.
And I'm trying to think of who they play next week. I know it's a Blue Water Area Conference opponent.
Algonac.
Is it Algonac?
I think it's Algonac.
And John Loper, the head coach of Algonac, is a Richmond grad.
Okay.
So it'll be a homecoming for him, and it'll probably be a homecoming he won't forget because they are going to be heavy underdogs.
Sure.
But I expect, because he is the class and he is a Blue Devil, that, there'll be good sportsmanship and we won't run it up on them. And it might be lopsided. Hopefully our kids don't listen to this because you got to play the game.
That's right. See what happens when we came out 20-0.
Yeah, exactly. So Keith Bartels, Scott Simmons, Jason Robbins, Tristan Dooley on camera, bringing you Richmond Varsity Football 2019-20 home opener. And season opener. Check us out on Richmond TV 12 YouTube, Comcast Channel 6 Tuesday night, 6 o'clock. Keith Bartels, Scott Simmons.
Awesome time.
Great job,
Thanks,
Coach.
partner.
And we will be back next week, same time, same station.